अरे आती है एक दो दिन आती है।
We'll start the class in 2 minutes, guys. Let's more people join. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, guys, I think we should get started. Let me go through the chat. Yeah, sure, guys. So we'll solve those questions. So I was not expecting you guys to solve any of the questions from the bit manipulation because we didn't actually get into any practical application of bit manipulation yet. But today, you guys, so I picked up few questions. Take it for you. Okay, we'll be solving those questions. Cool. And yeah, so let me just formulate them well. Just a second, give me some time. So, so guys, before we start with the bit manipulation, great. I think few people did it, but it's cool. Okay, but I was not expecting anyone to do if you are not done bit manipulation earlier, right? So after today's class, you guys will be capable enough of doing it. Okay, I hope you guys utilize the time that you got in Saturday and Sunday well for this, right? So with that assumption, let's get started with bit manipulation. But again, before we get started with bit manipulation, did you guys try any questions that were pending? Because we'll be constantly doing the pending questions as well, right? So did you guys try any of the pending questions? Okay, we'll do the flipping bits. No worries. We'll do the flipping bits. Cool. So okay, let me. So I'm not talking about bit manipulation now. Okay, I'm just talking about if you guys did any of the uh, hashing and need some guidance or anything regarding the assignment questions that were given for the previous topics. Is there anything like that? Hello. Is my screen visible? I didn't share, just a second. So I pulled out a few of the docs, okay, for you. Okay, I've just put them in the notes section. Okay, so try that. Okay, try those questions. I mean, try just read that. Read that thing. Okay. So let's revise bit manipulation once, and then or else we'll. So I wanted to try, like I wanted to ask, did you guys try this question, the minimum subarray? I can feel that some people are asking to me. The Rahul and minimum subarray. Did you guys try this question? Yashvardhan, what's this? Oh, okay. So mostly. Let's see. I didn't get any notification. Yeah. So guys, one thing you guys I've learned. Okay. Mohammed Shabin says that the core space is little fast. Yeah. Uh, Shabin, I agree with you. Okay. Uh, so we have tried different type of things again in the past few months, and like at this moment this is the most optimal thing which we are at. Okay, so all like I feel like I agree that it's little kind of exhausting for you guys. Okay, I agree with you all. Okay, but right now this like we feel that this is the right thing to do, like kind of because without like at this in this particular module what we are feeling is we are kind of like just focus on the fundamentals, just try to do the easy questions. You can go for the medium questions. Okay, so what we have is we have something called module D, which you guys going to enter next. So in that module D, uh, right, so you guys will be doing all the questions starting from basic questions from the arrays, from the linked list, stacks, queues, everything. So this particular module is only for the practice. ठीक है, complete practice of DSA. This is called module D is called as DSA placement module, right? So you guys will be practicing a lot. Extensive practice will be done there. Okay, you'll be solving only the questions. You won't be learning anything new. Okay, so for now, try to make your basics as strong as possible. Just focus on the basics. Okay, just make sure that you're able to do all the easy questions, easy tag, and medium. Even if you're not able to solve medium few questions, it's fine. Take half of the questions if you're able to solve, it's fine. But now is the hard time for you to actually understand the concept, digest them. Okay, make a kind of consideration note so that when you are doing the problems from the module D, okay, you guys will be actually learning a lot of stuff. Okay, so this will be done for 2 months. Okay, so for 2 months you guys will be only practicing, right? So after this module D, you guys will be actually having the placement drive started. Okay, module D ke baad you have something called module 4, where you will be learning the object or like networking, DBMS, OS, and all those things. Okay, so this is a new thing which we are introducing. Okay, so this is really cool because you guys will be actually learning. Like, it's not just ki module 2 mein jo padha tha, they are completely lost. You, like, it's not like that. Okay, there it will be a strong revision for you. Okay, and it will be benefiting you a lot. Okay, yeah, DP and graphs will be taught in module 4. When all your fundamentals with all such intermediate and basic algorithm, basic DSA get strong, okay, from module 2 and 3 and 1, okay, then you will be entering that. Okay, like, yeah, I just realized that they are different. Okay, in module D you will be only focusing on the placements. Okay, and in module 4 you will be actually having the advanced DSA. So for that, to enter into advanced DSA, you will be practicing the questions of from module 2 and module 3 extensively. Not just the same questions, but different questions. You will be touching the questions of medium and hard as well, so that you guys will be very good if you will be attending this particular module. Okay, I agree that course is little fast paced, but it's fine. Okay, just try to digest as much as possible. Even if you're getting some 75% of the class, it's fine. Okay, because like this will lay like a foundation for you, and the other layer will be provided there, right? And also, like, listening just the class is not sufficient. You need to work a little on your own. Okay, so I told this multiple times. Okay, if you feel that just attending the class and like just listening for 2 hours or 2.5 hours or 3 hours, okay, and I'll be getting a job, no, that's a myth. Okay, you cannot. Okay, the only difference that makes is what you do after the class. Okay, so after the class, are you trying enough your assignments? Okay, so only those things matters. Okay, so yeah, CS fundamentals will be taught in module 4. Okay, so I just we'll just confirm and send you this thing. Okay, but it's really cool. Like, even I got impressed by this idea. Okay, and it's really like it will be like an additional layer of knowledge for you guys, just additional layer of preparation for you guys. Okay, Rohan says, do we really get jobs after module without any development logic? Yeah, I'm not like, it's not that difficult. Okay, it's not compulsory for you to have a development skills, but definitely you need a resume. Okay, so you will be having the resume building sessions and all those things in module D. Okay, it's fine. In weekends you will be having like around 8 hours of project building sessions. Okay, where you will be preparing some projects and putting it in your resume, right? And such things will be there. And then like what, like, so guys, are you understanding the importance of this, of the practice? Okay, the practice which you are going to do, which you need to do, this particular thing shows the importance of the practice you need to do for the project, for the things you learn. Okay, you're learning everything that a person who can go to up to like 80 CTC or 60 CTC to a person, like, you're learning all the ranges of questions, all the topics, a person who is at a great higher position than me. Okay, so you're learning everything. So it's just that how much you retain and how much you practice upon. Okay, so that's the reason this was introduced. Okay, so take use of that. Okay, try to get the fundamentals clear. Okay, try to get the theory get cleared. Okay, practice how much ever you can. You're definitely, there's another layer, but don't completely depend on this. Okay, so these are few suggestions from my side. Okay, I agree that course is little fast paced. Okay, but if we make it a little slow, okay, again it will not be like a, it'll become a degree like a computer science degree. Okay, so it won't be like a crash course kind of thing. Okay, so we should be not compromising with the time, we should not be compromising with the pace as well, and this is the optimal thing which we found. Okay, so if you ever feel that we are going a little fast, okay, I'll, like, there are other ways where you can attend the live doubt session and get yourself cleared without, but all boils down to time. Okay, how much time you're investing. If you invest more time, it won't be looking harder for you. Okay, if you're not at all investing the time, you're just listening to the class, it might feel, you might feel it's a little fast paced. Okay, okay, so we'll do that, guys. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I told you it's 2 months actually. Okay, so there is this question. So have you guys tried this question? Is anyone finding any difficulties in this question? Any difficulty in this question? Right, it's an assignment question, that's the reason I picked up. Right, so Mohammad Farhan is finding difficulty. Okay, let me just raise a poll. Okay, discuss on don't, or we'll do it. Okay, I've just raised a smaller simple poll. Let me just trigger that. Okay, so this question, okay, we already discussed this question, but but it is a little different, very little different from what we did it on the portal, right? So in this question, you're given an array and you're given a number. You're supposed to find the length of smallest subarray, right? So you're given that you're supposed to find the length of the smallest subarray, which is having the sum greater than the given value, greater than. Okay, it's not greater than or equal to or less than. Okay, so like this particular thing. Okay, okay, this particular thing. Okay, what happened with this? Okay. What happened? Okay, so in this, so it is given that all are positive numbers, right? So you'll be using the same logic. Okay, start and end. You'll keep on increasing the start value. Okay, till it exceeds the sum, given sum that is given. The moment it exceeds the given sum, okay, you will just store it in your answer. Okay, so because that will be answer. So and then you'll try to minimize it as much as possible, right? So that's how it is done. Okay, so outer loop ek hoga, which will be increasing this particular end pointer, and the moment you found it, you will try to decrease it because you are greedy and you want only the minimum subarray. Correct? So we have discussed this thing. Okay, so do you guys have any problem? Like, shall we move to the next question or not? I can see 70% of the people want me to discuss this question. Is that true, guys? Like poll says something else. Do you guys remember this question of what we discussed? I think minimum subarray. Did I code that question? This question, guys. Did you remember this question? Right. So it is also on the same basis, right? So did I code this question? No, right? So let me just like give you the gist of how this is done. Okay. So I given this as a homework if I remember correctly, right? So I'm not sure how many of you did this. Okay. So let me just quickly code it. Okay, and then we can move forward. Okay. Let me just open. And the people who missed the Q lecture yesterday on Sunday, okay, do that thing, okay. So I mean, just watch that lecture, okay. It's important because you'll be facing, you'll be using that a lot, okay, in future. Priyanka and toys, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Mohit, wait, thoda ruk jao, okay. We'll take that up. Okay, that is the next question which you're going to take up, right? So let me see. So this question, so we have two things. One is taking the array, right? And the number is already given. Okay, similar to this. Now, let me just make this thing. Let me write this. You have an array, right? You have the sum, right? So what you're going to do is you will be having two pointers. One is end, another one is one is start, another one is end, right? So you can see that you will be calculating the sum. Okay, it is 2 right now. Okay, you'll you'll move forward. Okay, because 2 is still less than 7, right? So if you do plus 3, it will be 5. Okay, so it will be 5. Okay, 5 is still less than 7. Okay, you'll include it more. Okay, it will be 6. 6 is still less than 7. You'll move it forward. Okay, end is here. Now you can see that 8 is greater than 7. So this is a condition. So this could be your answer, right, guys? This could be your answer. So you'll just note this answer into your some variable. Okay, some variable like answer. Okay, so the moment you do this, okay, answer will be having the value 4. Correct. Now my objective is to decrease this length as much as possible because we want the minimum value. Okay, so this will be fine, this will work, but a value that is less than this, okay, will that work? That is the question. Correct. So what we'll be doing, we need to decrease this array, right? You can't decrease it from here, you need to decrease it from here, right? So you'll just do start plus plus. Correct. So just to reduce the size of the subarray, right? So if I try to do it, okay, so I'll try to do this start plus plus kar diya, matlab I'm just leaving this thing, I'm just subtracting 2 from 8. Correct. So it is again 6. 6 is again less than 7, so it's not fine. Like this array is not fine, so I need to increase it again, right? So you'll be coming here, and will be here, right? Since end is here, you'll be having 10. 10 is greater than 7. Even this will work, but this is not going to benefit you in any way. So I'll just increase this thing just to check if I found a value like that. Okay, so I'll be having this subarray, and I need to subtract 3 from the 10. Okay, so it will be 7. Okay, so 7. So they said that it can be equal, right? So these 3 values can be an answer. So you can update this answer as 3. Okay, this is working, right? So I'll try to explore more. Okay, so this is 3, but maybe I can find a value 2. So I'll kind of explore more. No. See, I won't explore more. I'll try to decrease it even further, right? So let me decrease this. So start will be here, and I've subtracted 1 again. So it will be 6. 6 is less than 7. So since 6 is less than 7, what you will be doing is you will be saying, ki, no, it is not working. I need to increase it again. So you'll try to increase it again. Okay. So end plus plus. Okay. So it's all about 2 pointers. One pointer is trying to bring this thing under the validation that ki sum should be greater than or equal to the target. The other guy, the start guy, is trying to minimize it. Okay, under this validation. So this is how I summarize this question. Right. So if you want me to summarize this, okay, so let me just write it down. Okay, so if you want me to summarize it, 2 pointers, ठीक है, मतलब first point is 2 pointers, start and end, Rahul and minimum sub array. So this thing, if I remember correctly, I gave it to you as an homework, right? So like this thing is very analogous to the questions which we did, maximum sub array kind of question, right? So in maximum sub array, what do we do? Right, we are trying to maximize it as much as possible under a particular condition. It's similar to that, but while minimizing it, we'll be noting the answer. Okay. So at that time, I tried to show you the both of the codes, and I told you you can modify it to some extent, right? So the same thing I'm trying to say now. Okay. So you have pointers start and end. Start will be taking care. So end will be taking care of getting the subarray with sum greater than or equal to target. ठीक है, इसका फोकस ये होने वाला है. Start, once you found it, start का क्या होने वाला है? Once you found it, start का responsibility is going to be कि decrease the size of subarray as much as possible till it is valid. अगर invalid हो गया तो वापस valid बनाने के लिए इसको update करो. बस this is the whole summary of this question. If you actually understood the maximum subarray wala question, you will be really understanding minimum subarray wala question as well. Because at every point it is valid, you're trying to get the minimum length. Every time it is valid. Okay. So I'll just quickly code it down. Okay. I'll just show you how analog, like how you can analogously find the similarity between them. Okay. So let me just open that question. Not this cadence algorithm. So this question, right? Maximum sum subarray, not this. I think it's similar to this question, to be honest. Okay. So let me just open this question. So I've given this question, right? So maximum subarray. So let me just see this code. I mean this code. This will be better. ठीक है, so just see this guys. ठीक है, उस कोड में क्या कर रहे हैं हम? वी आर मेंटेनिंग 2 pointers, वी आर मेंटेनिंग सम कॉस्ट. ठीक है, यहाँ पे सम होने वाला कॉस्ट, राइट? एंड वी आर मेंटेनिंग अ वेरिएबल दैट इज मैक्स लेंथ. ठीक है, जस्ट ट्राई टू सी हाउ यू कैन कनेक्ट द कॉन्सेप्ट्स दैट यू आर डूइंग. ठीक है, पेस्ट द डॉक लिंक अगेन. या Dipendu. ठीक है, so Dipendu is asking me this question. ठीक है, कि sliding window approach will only work for positive numbers, right? So Dipendu, tell me this thing. What is the assumption on which you are using a sliding window? In what assumption you are just using 2 pointers and try to increase it? Okay, it's under the assumption that size ko you're increasing, sum will be increasing, right? Something like that. Size ko you decrease, sum will be decreasing. करेक्ट है कि नहीं? तो ये चीज बताओ कि अगर ये assumption ट्रू होने के लिए सब पॉजिटिव नंबर्स होना ऑब्वियसली is correct, right? तुम साइज भी बढ़ा रहे हो और नेगेटिव नंबर्स की वजह से सम भी कम हो रहा है, then it will be causing lot of disturbance, right? And that is so don't remember ऐसा कि this approach will only work for positive numbers. ठीक है, just see कि why it is working for only positive numbers because of this particular thing. ठीक है, the whole game is this कि तुम साइज को बढ़ाओ या कम करो, sum up, like it will be moving with the size. So because of this assumption we can say कि this will only work for that. ऐसे बोल सकते हैं, है कि नहीं ब्रो? करेक्ट. तो देखो, let me just code it quickly. ठीक है, so now let me just see this कि at every point you're trying to find what is the cost. ठीक है, if the cost is exceeding the maximum cost, ठीक है, you're trying to cut it out, कम करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ with the start variable, and then doing it again and again till it is less than that. And outside when it is valid, only then you're taking the math variable. Now I'll write a code which looks very similar, but just look at the functionality how it is working. Okay, तो अब देखो एक बार. So it is going to be something like कि target को let me leave it as target. ठीक है. So let me just write nums.length and let me just find some answer. Answer is going to be, let's see what's going to be based on the way we write. So let me have a start variable that is equals to 0. Let me have an end variable that is going to be 0, right? And let me have a sum variable which is going to be 0, right? So now let me start the iteration. Let me start the iteration. Sum को आगे बढ़ा, like let me do it. Okay. So when you're doing it, okay, what is the first step? That is end equals to like this. I'm sorry. So it is going to be like this if I'm not correct, right? You're adding the sum, you're adding the values into the sum. Initially it was 0. Now you're adding values, correct? Guys, right? So if what I said, I'll be maintaining 2 pointers. One is start and another one is end, right? So I'm making the end move forward, okay? And the moment it becomes valid, the moment this sum gets greater than the target, okay? So sum greater than the target, okay? Now it is a valid condition. Do you guys agree? Right? So it's a valid condition now, right? So it is greater than the target that we are searching for. Okay. So it is a valid condition. So let me just put this answer into the answer. This might be my answer, right? Because this might be my answer because this is a valid array. Okay. You can find an array which is smaller than this doing the same job. Okay. But right now I need to mark it because it's the first time you're encountering it. Okay. So I'll try to reduce it even further. How I'll be doing it? I'll be removing the last element. Maybe without even this element, you might be finding that only this array is also satisfying the condition. Who knows, right? So you will just do start plus plus and you will need to exclude it out of the sum. Okay. So how do I do it? Sum minus nums of start. Okay. And then let me do start plus plus. And I'll keep on doing it. Okay. I'll run this code again and again. I'll be checking na, if it is greater than our target. So I'll be writing while here. It's not if, it's while. Because I'll be checking if the sum is still greater than the target or not. Still greater than the target or not. Right? So if it is greater than the target, you will note it down if it is a smaller value, or you'll just remove it. I mean, if it is greater than the target, you'll note it down, and then you'll still try to shorten the size by removing the first element, okay, out of the sum, and still find it. The moment it is out, it means that I need again create it as valid value. So I'll be out. I'll be just out. Just see the difference. इसमें और इसमें. If the cost is greater than the maximum cost, you're reducing it. Okay? But when it is less than or equal to the maximum cost, then only you're taking the maximum value. Because this variable is trying to increase the subarray size. यहाँ पे, when you're making it smaller and smaller, you're trying to get the minimum and minimum value. That is the only difference. Okay? Template wise, both the codes are same. Do you guys agree with me? Just see the beauty, like just see the template of this this 2-pointer approaches, man. Correct? Everyone? Let me just raise the poll again. Okay, it was around 70. I'm sorry. Let me just launch it again. So is this thing clear? Yes, matlab samajh mein aaya properly, right? To the people who didn't understood yet, okay, you need to like spend little time on the. I know that, Tushar. I know that. ठीक है, वो मैं फिक्स करूंगा. तुम ही बताओ क्या वैल्यू रखना चाहिए उसमें, तुषार? मिन वैल्यू रखना चाहिए, मैक्स वैल्यू रखना चाहिए? right? It should be the maximum value, right? So I'm just leaving you guys for that only, ठीक है? तो maximum value रखोगे तब भी तो minimum value capture होगा पहली बार में. If you put the minimum value, it will always be the minimum value, correct, guys? Length of array plus 1 नहीं bro. वो भी कर सकते हो. Length of array plus 1 is also a good idea, to be honest. क्यों, है ना? But again I need to check कि if at all it is not possible, ठीक है? If at all it is not possible, in that case, I need to return the 0 value, right? So putting a maximum value will kind of benefit me because I can check it. Even in that case, you can check it, but this thing, bro, like maximum value and minimum value, let me tell you, Abhishek. Okay, so this thing is a wrapper class, right? So wrapper class has some attributes, right? So whatever attributes they feel that belongs to integer, so that people don't have to remember it. Okay, so they just put it as them, and we can directly access the maximum value. So that is the maximum value of an integer. What is the value? Can anyone tell me? This is going to be the value, right? It's not 32, Rohan, you're wrong, because the last bit is going to be a signed bit, so we can only go up to this value. Do you guys agree with this? Because nice question. Okay, so if we didn't get the minimum value, in that case I won't return directly the answer. Okay, I won't do that. I'll be returning something like this. Just check. Return answer is not equals to integer dot max value. Okay, if at all it is not equals to the max value, only then. So do you guys know about the ternary operator, right? Right. So this is what I wrote. Okay, if it is not equals to the integer dot max value, then I'll be returning this value. Varna I'll be returning 0. Okay. So do you guys don't know about ternary value? Okay, cool. Okay, so fine, Ruko. I'll just write it again. I'll just write it. Don't worry. Okay, no worries. I'll clear it this today. Okay. Are you guys able to understand these 4 lines? Are you guys able to understand these 4 lines, right? So this is exactly how, like this is a short form of writing the same thing. Okay, so this is called ternary operator. So how it works is, let me tell you. You will be writing a condition. Condition will be evaluated into true or false. You know it, right? Any relation condition will be evaluated as true or false. Then you'll put a question mark. Okay. Then you'll be writing some statement 1, and then you'll put a colon. Okay, and then statement 2. क्या मतलब ये सबका? And then you'll put a semicolon as the end of the statement. Okay. So if this particular condition is true, you'll go to statement 1. The control goes to statement 1. If it is false, it will go to the statement 2. It can be anything, right? X equals to, you can write it. So if the condition is true, then a statement 1 will be assigned to X value. If it is false, statement 2 will be assigned to X value, right? You can return it as well. Okay, मैं तो यहाँ पे return लिखा था, right? So return this particular condition. Okay, this is the condition which I'm putting in the bracket. Just see it. This is the condition. If it is true, okay, if this condition is true, if it is not equal to the maximum value, then return the value. Varna put it as 0. क्यों guys? Why can't we initialize answer as 0? एक बार सोचो प्रीति, why can't we do it? ठीक है, एक बार सोचो, एक बार पूछने के पहले एक बार सोचो, क्योंकि तुम अगर 0 से इनिशियलाइज करोगे, 0 इज द मिनिमम वैल्यू, तो ये वैल्यूज कभी आएंगे ही नहीं उसमें, हमेशा 0 ही रहेगी, बिकॉज 0 सबसे छोटा है, करेक्ट? right? These values are greater than 0, right? At least one होगा इसका value, right? So these values will never get into answer, है ना? So this is the code, man. Just look at the code. ठीक है? एक pointer moving, the other pointer moving in the other direction, right? Is this making sense, guys? Hello? Shall we move forward? Okay. So I've picked up another question, the Priyank and Toys question. Okay. How many of you tried this question? How many of you did this? Let me raise the poll. How many of you want to discuss this? Let me just tell you. Just tell me that. Okay. I've raised the poll. एक बार vote कर देना. If yes is many, I'll just discuss this. Okay, by the chat, looking at the chat, I won't be knowing because many people who have done will be raising confidently done. The people who didn't do, like they'll be left behind, right? So I can see that around 76% want me to, 75% students want me to discuss this. Okay. No worries, Mohit. Okay, we'll just discuss this. Okay, we have some time. We'll discuss bit manipulation after this. Okay. लेकिन bit manipulation का भी काफी सही questions है, which I want to do because bit manipulation is a standalone topic. Okay. Which I feel that मतलब if you read queues, okay, if you do stacks, there's a kind of link between the stacks and queues and sliding window and hashing and two pointers and those things. लेकिन bit manipulation में ऐसा होने वाला है कि you'll be finding very few questions which are related to other topics. ठीक है, very few questions. Either पूरा ही bit manipulation पे होता है, ठीक है, वरना पूरा ही दूसरे पे होता है, right? So that is the reason which I feel कि we need to do bit manipulation questions as well. Okay, so let me just do this. Module 3 में I think bit manipulation पूछा जाएगा. Don't worry, man. It's an easy one. Okay, bit manipulation. If you've understood the fundamentals, which you already did in the last class, it is easy. Shantanu. Okay. So let me just see this question. है ना? So let me just look at it. Okay. So it says that Priyanka, okay. Priyanka works for an international try company. Yes, blah blah. Her task is to determine the lowest way to combine items for her shipping. She has a list of item weight. Okay. The shipping company has a requirement that all the items loaded in the container must weigh less than or equal to 4 units plus the weight of the minimum weight. अच्छा, 4 units plus the weight of the minimum weight. मतलब हर container में the range should be 4 from the minimum value till the larger value. मतलब 1 है तो 1 plus 4 तक हो सकता है, right? So all the items, all item meetings that require will be shipped in one container. Okay, great. What is the smallest number of containers that can be constructed to ship the items based on the given list of weights? To the people who didn't do it, जो नहीं किया, ठीक है? What are the things that are coming into your mind? एक बार बताओ. सॉर्टिंग बोल रहा है कोई, ठीक है, नॉट बैड, ठीक है, और कुछ, but it's not necessarily the sorting. Okay, so let me just tell you the question once. Okay, let me just run this for this particular example. So you have a list of items, array of items. Okay, so this is an array of items. So I want only the people who didn't do it, the 75% of the people, to speak up. Okay, it's exactly the 75%. Okay, so only you guys speak up. Okay, to the people who have already done, try to listen to the solution. It might be give you a different perspective in the question, or else just see this. Okay, देखो, what they say is कि you're supposed to divide it into containers. Okay, container can be any of any size. Okay, but they say that in each container, ठीक है, the lowest weight, मतलब containers में काफी items हो सकता है, see this one and this one and this one and this one, ठीक है, ये चारों को एक container में डाल सकता हूँ मैं, items है ये weight का, but the constraint here is कि whatever is the minimum out of all this container, मतलब this item, ठीक है, minimum सबसे minimum है, so this item का +4 तक हो सकता है सब लोग, मतलब only till 5 it is valid, मतलब 10 is not valid, so this container can never be found. Only 135 volt, yeah, cool. So just see this, guys, मतलब are you understanding the question कि only 1 plus 4 can be possible, ठीक है, मतलब 5 is allowed but 10 is not allowed, so this container is not valid, so I need to generate the minimum number of containers which are valid, right? So minimum number of containers so that maintenance, I mean the transport cost is less, right? The containers का value कम हो जाएगा, right? So these are the type of problems you will be facing at in a much larger scale when you go to a company as well, okay? So these are one of the simpler example of packing the items into containers, okay? But this is one of the simple but yet efficient question, okay? So I'm just saying कि if you are able to divide this into 2 containers, just see this, this is one container, this is another container, just see this, how I did, will decide later. Another container, what is the minimum value out of this container, guys? 1, right? So just see, is all the values under the range of 1 plus 4? 4. Each container will contain items weighing within 4 units of the minimum weight element. This is the only relevant statement. Just check. 2 is under this, 3 is under this, 4 is under this, even 5 is also satisfying this condition. Ki 5 is less than or equal to 5. Correct? Just see this. For this, just look at it. यहाँ पे 10 है. 10 is the minimum value. ठीक है? And 10 plus 4, that is 15, right? So you can see that it is under the particular condition as well. So is there any other possibility you can take to solve this question? एक बार सोचो, कोई और वे है क्या करने के लिए इसको? No, right? So at least 2 तो चाहिए, because if you combine all of them into one container also, it is not possible. This guy like only 5 तक accommodate कर सकता है. Do you guys agree with my statement? Why add 4, Mohit? Why add 4 is because they said that in each container will contain items weighing within 4 units of the minimum weight. Minimum weight जो भी है, ठीक है, उसका 4 units तक ही बाकी कोई item का weight हो सकता है, उससे ऊपर नहीं हो सकता. They mean to say that 10 can never be sitting in this container, 11 can never be sitting in this container. That is what they're saying. One friend of you is saying we can use hash map. Try to say how. Tell me how. Try to think how. Guys, is the value sorted? No, values are not sorted. In this particular example, they are sorted. Okay? So it can be a, it's not subsequence, it's not subarray, it's a subset. Okay? How to broken into 2 containers? There could be multiple containers, Mohit. You should say ki how many containers are there. How many containers are there? That is the question. है ना? मेरे दिमाग में एक आइडिया आ रहा है, ठीक है, आई एम नॉट श्योर तुम्हारे दिमाग में भी आ रहा है कि नहीं, क्योंकि मैं गलत हो सकता हूँ. एक बार बता ना, लाइक आई एम जस्ट वेरीफाइंग फ्रॉम यू गाइस कि इज माय आइडिया करेक्ट और नॉट. ठीक है, सो एक बार बताना. एक बार ये आइडिया के बारे में बताओ, ठीक है. something like this, right? So what I'm saying is if I created a hash map, ठीक है, जो hash map में वो बताएगा frequency बताएगा कि 1 is present one time, 2 is present one time, 3 is present one time, 4 is present one time, 5 is present one time, ठीक है, वैसे 10, 11, 13 and 14 all of them are present one time, one time, one time, one time. There could be multiple values as well, ठीक है, but let me just see, let me just मतलब हैश मैप ही नहीं, आई कैन टेक एन एरे एज वेल, ठीक है, जिससे सॉर्टेड भी होंगे वैल्यूज, है ना. सो व्हाट इज द रेंज ऑफ दिस एलिमेंट्स? लेट मी जस्ट लुक एट द कंस्ट्रेंट वंस. So it is only 10 power 5, right? So I can have an array of 10 power 5, ठीक है, where I can store it. Do you guys agree with me? Right. So let us assume I'm just using an array to maintain these things, and these are the indices, right? So if I just choose the smallest value, मतलब you guys are telling sort, ठीक है, sort भी सही है, ठीक है, the idea you're going is correct, but why to sort? Sort में, like always remember, sort का it is taking big of log n log n. This is the best you can do with the sort, ठीक है, you can never go less than unless you're doing counting sort type of thing, ठीक है. So sort करने के लिए बोलने का पहले try to think कि you're already compromising with the time complexity of n log n, ठीक है. If you're sure with this thing, only then go for the sort. Correct, guys? Is this making sense, guys? Right? तो देखो, मेरे दिमाग में ये आइडिया आ रहा, सही है कि नहीं बताओ, ठीक है. तो मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि सबसे स्मॉलर वैल्यू लूंगा, ठीक है, एंड देन आई रन अ लूप, ठीक है. लाइक इज दैट गिवन कि वो डिस्टिंक्ट वैल्यूज है? इज दैट गिवन समथिंग लाइक दैट? डिस्टिंक्ट हो या ना हो, इट डजंट मेक एनी difference to me, because like instead of using the hash map, ठीक है, I mean instead of using an array which is denoting the frequency, ठीक है, I can make it some value, like अभी 1 है, right? So I'll just see 1 मतलब it is not taken into any container. I'm just saying not taken into container, ठीक है. तब देखना, now let us assume कि आंसर 0 है मेरा. Let me make it as 1, ठीक है, and now I've created a container. Container मतलब it is a place where you are able to store it. It's just a theoretical thing. अभी container जैसा कुछ बना नहीं रहा. I just made it as 1, एक container है, and let me make this minimum element into this container. Into कैसे? मैं इसको 0 बना दूंगा. Not taken into container से taken हो जाएगा. 0 मतलब taken. You can do it vice versa as well. Usually people do it. ठीक है, ठीक है, just look at this, ठीक है. 1 मतलब not taken into container. It's not the frequency, ठीक है. It's an indication कि this thing is not settled yet, ठीक है. So I made it go to 0, ठीक है. Now let me check for all the values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let me just run a loop till I plus 1. From 1. From 1, let me run a loop till 1 plus 4, and let me just check if these are taken or not. If they are taken, if they are not taken, then make them taken, because one container can suffice all these values. Do you guys agree? Hello? If at all they are 1, okay, if at all they are already 0, you don't do anything. Correct? Which 0 is the default value. Do you guys agree with me? फिर यहाँ तक चलेगा, फिर 10 पे आएगा, 10 is not under this loop. Again, you start another container from here. मतलब इसका वैल्यू 2 कर दो, and just see कि सब वैल्यूज कवर्ड है कि नहीं, ऑल द वैल्यूज आर 0 है कि नहीं, लास्ट में चेक कर लेना. हो गया. अगर 0 नहीं है, उसके लिए दूसरा कंटेनर बना दो. Guys, did I make you guys think? Just tell me. I'm not saying कि you understood the question or not. Did I guys make you to think the solution? Right? मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैं सॉर्ट नहीं कर रहा, मैं हैश मैप यूज कर रहा हूँ, लाइक काइंड ऑफ एक एरे यूज कर रहा हूँ, जिसमें डजंट मैटर व्हाट इज द फ्रीक्वेंसी. इट कुड बी पॉसिबल कि 4 2 है, ठीक है, डजंट मैटर, मैं एक ही लिखूंगा यहाँ पे, राइट? क्योंकि 4 and 4 will go into the same container, so it won't make any sense कि how many numbers are in my container. We are only bothered about the number of containers. I can take any other example. Just tell me an example. Just let me look at any of the other test case. Yeah, let me see this. 1, 2, 3, 21, 7, 12, 4 and 21. ठीक है, देखने तो मुझे. Let me go back. ठीक है, 7 है ना, 7 है कि 1 है? अच्छा 1 है. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 21, 7, 12, 14 and 21. ठीक है. So let me just create an subarray. I mean, let me create an hash map, not hash map but frequency map. ठीक है. So it will be like 1 will be mapping to 1, 2 will be mapping to 1, 3 will be mapping to 1. उसके बाद 7 मतलब 4, 5, 6 है ही नहीं, like they are mapping to 0 only, because default value 0 होता है, right? And then 12 will be mapping to 1, ठीक है. 14 will be mapping to 1, 21 will be mapping to 1. It is not frequency, ठीक है, it's not frequency. This is just saying कि taken or not taken. ठीक है, ठीक है. Taken मतलब 0 मतलब 1 मतलब not taken. ठीक है. I wrote it in this way. You can program it in a different way as well. Taken मतलब 0. ठीक है. अभी let me just have an answer variable which is 0 initially. Let me make it 1. ठीक है. And let me make this guy 0. And let me make all the values till 5 as zeros. ठीक है, इसको भी 0 कर दूंगा, इसको भी 0 कर दूंगा, इसको भी, ये ऑलरेडी 0 ही है. 5 तक 0 हो गया. Now this is the container is done. Right? Boolean array, correct? You can make Boolean array, but again it's great. ठीक है. तो उसके बाद देखना, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट वैल्यू कौन सा है जहाँ पे 1 है, वहां तक जाओ. ठीक है, like 6 is 0, right? So you'll go till 7. ठीक है, and then you'll increment it again. ठीक है, now again you'll run the loop. ठीक है, till where 7 plus 4 मतलब 11 तक चलाओगे. ठीक है, तो 11 तक चला दिया, and this is only one value, guys. This is the one container, this is another container. Now again you'll make it 3, and another container will start from 12 till 16. Now 12 plus 4 is 18. Sorry, 12 plus 4 is 18. 12 plus 6 is 18. Sorry, 12 plus 4 क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं, 16 है ना. तो 16 तक चलेगा, मतलब ये दो वैल्यूज एक कंटेनर में गया, तीसरा कंटेनर हो गया, तो अभी भी बचा है ना. सो वन मोर वैल्यू. देखो, दिस इज अनदर कंटेनर. 4 containers for this question. क्यों guys? We have 24 before 7, 21 before 7. Yeah, it is an unsorted array, right? So you can have it. It doesn't matter because you're just storing it into a Boolean array. Okay. So someone is asking, then there is no use of making hash table. We can go with array. Abhishek, what is the 4 कहाँ से है मैप में? 4 देखो, 4 is mapping to 0 ना. It's not a map, it's an array, right? All the values are there. We are just looking at for the relevant values. Abhishek, I want you to answer me. Ki, yes, you're correct. What is the point of making a hash map? We can always go for an array. Okay. What are the limitations we have using an array? What are the limitations of using array? Instead of size, instead of hash map. Correct. Sanjay says too much space loss. Correct. Okay. See this thing. The first thing I saw by remembering, मतलब मैं जो approach सोचा था, सबसे पहले I went scroll down and I saw what are the constraints. ठीक है, 10 power 5 है, right? 10 power 5 is cool, right? I can have an array of 10 power 5 plus 1, right? It will suffice my requirement. ठीक है, are you guys getting it? Because 10 power 5 का array बनाना is possible, it's practically possible for me. अगर 10 power 7 है, it's not practically possible for me to create an array of that size. Right? 10 power 8 भी possible नहीं है, 10 power 9 भी possible नहीं है. right? So like it is making sense to make an 10 power 4 size, like 10 power 5 plus 1 size of array to store all the values, correct? Right? Sir, it will be a frequency array if multiple, no, even if multiple elements are there, it won't make any difference for me. How many of you agree with this statement? देखो 21 दो बार है ना? यहाँ पे एक 21 है, यहाँ पे एक 21 है, ठीक है? I'm not maintaining a frequency array here. I'm just maintaining if it is taken or not taken. Not taken है तो container का value बढ़ेगा, taken है तो I'll make it as 0 by after putting it into the container. Because 21 doesn't matter how many 21s are there, they will go into a container. 121s भी हो, वो सब जाएंगे, उतना ही containers लगेंगे मुझे. The game is all about knowing the number of containers. What is the time and space complexity of this question, guys? Big of n time. अच्छा, big of n बोल रहे हो. Okay, what is the space complexity? Space constant बोल रहे हो तुम लोग. Okay, like it is constant, but okay, cool. So we can just call it as like 10 power 5, right? So that will be the space. Okay, so you can name it as constant only, to be honest. Okay, but specify this thing that if at all you're using a hash map, okay, it will be big of distinct elements. Is that cool, guys? Because this is how we are supposed to do it. Correct. We will travel till 10 power. No, Sanjay, see, we are traveling the array here, right? Once, okay, to make the hash map, correct? And we'll be traveling through this as well, okay, to gather the number of containers as well, correct? This is making sense, right? So, like, if at all you're doing the implementation with a hash map, then it will be big of distinct elements, okay? But since you're doing an array, you can say that it is taking 10 power 5 elements, so it is constant in all the time, okay? You can say this thing in the interview, but be specific. It is happening, okay? Is this making sense, guys? Is the solution making sense? Shall I code it down? Okay. Now the question became really simple, right? Like now you're just making a variable, you're just using a hash map to do it, right? Hello. So I think you guys can do it. It's not a difficult task. Okay. क्यों? How the space you're using temper can max out. Often so that see what you're talking about n. Take a big of n. N is the number of values. Okay, it's not the maximum value. Take a maximum value is 10 power 5 only, right? So doesn't matter how many times your how many values, how many duplicate values you have. It could be possible that each value is very duplicate, right? It could be present 3-4 times, right? So when you're traversing array, always just think it is in big of n. Okay, when you're traversing a hash map, just see what is the size of the hash map. Okay, it is mostly the distinct elements. Okay, guys, what do you say? Did you guys understood the question? Okay, well, understood my approach. Just tell me if you have any better approach. Let me just see the poll. Yes matlab you understood it. No matlab समझ ही नहीं आया बिल्कुल. I've launched the poll. To the people who didn't understand, it's around 20%. Why? Like, where is the gap? I'm not getting. Where is the gap? How are we going to get 7 after 3 if we don't sort it? Bro, that's what I'm saying, na? Vibhuti, like that's what I'm saying na. If you're traversing this thing, okay, you're like accessing it as if it's an hash map and you're just putting directly to it. Why you used hash map and why not array with 2 pointers, normal array procedure with 2 pointers? You like, can we code and yeah, we can code it. Sure. Agar you guys want me to code it. See, this is one of the approach which I'm feeling is correct. Okay. So what do you think is the other approach? Sorting this is the other approach you guys are feeling? Hello? Abhishek? Sort करने के लिए तो n log n लग रहा है ना, that is the first thing I told you, right? Space time is really efficient, like time is really precious for us. If you're the moment you set the sort word, just make sure कि मतलब just prepare mentally कि it is n log n time. Okay, only then you will be going ahead and doing it. ठीक है guys? हाँ, so depend, it's not a good method ना, n log n लग रहा है तो it's not a good one, right? ठीक है, cool, it's fine, ठीक है, but you need like I understand you guys, ठीक है, you guys are doing like understanding it. You have methods which are easier, but at the end all the things that matters is the time complexity and space complexity. ठीक है, do this question guys, it's a good question. ठीक है, where is it? Priyanka and Toys. ठीक है, so just try to think and do it in my way. ठीक है, in whichever way I did. ठीक है, so it's not that difficult. ठीक है, you can just take the example, you can just create an array of size 10 power 5 plus 1. ठीक है, just make all the values 0. ठीक है, iterate the values. ठीक है, and run the loop for 10 power like till that value plus 4. ठीक है, internal loop. ठीक है, and just whichever value is correct, just make that value 1 or something. ठीक है, ठीक है, so let's Abhishek, hello sir, I didn't understand why you went with hash map. Can you explain? I'm not getting your question. Let me just unmute you.
Okay, sir. Hello, am I audible? Yes, sir. पहली चीज ये है कि शॉर्टिंग इसमें यूज नहीं होगा. अगर हम शॉर्ट कर देते हैं तो ग्रेटेस्ट एलिमेंट विल गो टू द लास्ट. तो कंटेनर का जो फिलिंग है वो उसमें ऑर्डर जो है वो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. मान लेते हैं कि अगर कोई सर्टेन हाई वैल्यू है वो अगर मेरा स्टार्टिंग में है तो मेरा एक कंटेनर बढ़ जाएगा. तो शॉर्टिंग तो नहीं कर सकते. लेकिन अब दूसरा पॉइंट,
अरे ब्रो, लाइक मैं बता रहा हूँ ना, लाइक इट्स लाइक अ सेट ऑफ एलिमेंट्स. ठीक है, यू कैन, इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि तुम कौन मतलब यू शुड बी चूजिंग द कंटिग्यूअस सेट ऑफ एलिमेंट्स ना. ऐसे कुछ लिखा नहीं है, सब एरे लेना है करके लिखा नहीं है. क्यों, कहीं लिखा है क्या सर?
नहीं लिखा है.
नहीं लिखा है ना, तो कोई भी एलिमेंट ले सकते हो. तो तुम सॉर्ट भी कर लिया ना, इवन दैट्स अ राइट वे ऑफ डूइंग इट. ठीक है, लेकिन सॉर्ट की जगह आई एम यूजिंग एन एरे, जिससे काइंड ऑफ सॉर्ट वाला फील आ गया मुझे विद इन जस्ट बिग ऑफ एन टाइम.
लेकिन सर मुझे ये क्लियर नहीं हुआ कि आप हैश मैप क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं. क्योंकि अगर हम वहाँ पे नॉर्मल अरे के ये पे अगर हम शॉर्ट भी करते हैं, अरे है मेरा
हाँ.
सिंपल, हम उसमें
हाँ.
एक पॉइंटर लेते हैं फर्स्ट नोड पे और दूसरा फर्स्ट एलिमेंट पे और दूसरा फर्स्ट इंडेक्स पे और पहला वाला 0 इंडेक्स पे.
हाँ.
तो हम पॉइंटर्स को ही मूव कर रहे हैं सच दैट कि मेरा जो वैल्यू है एक कंटेनर में 1+4 जो आना है, मतलब i+4 जो आना है,
हाँ.
दैट हैज टू बी फेच. मैं इंक्रीमेंट कर दूंगा काउंटर की यस मेरा काउंटर बढ़ गया, एक अनदर काउंटर लाइक आंसर काउंटर मेरा बढ़ गया, मेरा 4 कंप्लीट हो गया.
कहाँ हो गया ब्रो?
मेरा
देखो देखो ना,
काउंटर
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ ना. देखो, अगर समझ लो
कंटेनर
3 यहाँ
फिल हो
पे
गया,
नहीं है,
मेरा बढ़ा दो.
सी दिस, अगर 3 यहाँ पे नहीं है, 3 लास्ट में है, तब कैसे होगा तुम्हारा अप्रोच?
तो मेरा 1 और 2 आएगा आपका सर.
हाँ,
21
फिर
तो आएगा नहीं.
सॉरी.
23 लास्ट, 3 लास्ट में है ना सर.
हाँ.
अगर हम शॉर्टिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं
हाँ.
तो 1 और 2 विल बी माई जो आइटम है वो मेरे एक कंटेनर में आएंगे.
हाँ.
उसके बाद 21+4 यानी कि 25. तो 21+7 विल नॉट कम. तो 21 अकेले एक कंटेनर में चला जाएगा.
हाँ
तो मेरा नंबर ऑफ कंटेनर्स बढ़ जाएंगे इन दैट केस।
हाँ, तो वो नहीं करना ना तुम्हें, यू शुड बी
तो मैं
रिटर्निंग द
यहाँ पे मैं हैश मैप में क्यों जाऊंगा?
हाँ तो
यहाँ
यहाँ
तो
पे
मुझे एक ही एलिमेंट पे चेक करना है ना सर।
सी ब्रो,
और
बात
हम
ऐसा है
आप जो बता रहे थे कि हम
लिसन टू मी,
उसमें ये चेक करेंगे। जी।
लिसन टू मी, देखो,
जी।
यू आर सपोज टू फाइंड द मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ कंटेनर्स। डू यू
करेक्ट
एग्री
सर।
विथ माई स्टेटमेंट? ठीक
यस
है।
सर।
सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है, इफ एट ऑल, लाइक जैसे मैं बताया था, 1 और 2 को तुम एक कंटेनर में डाल दोगे, एंड 3 के लिए तुम अलग से समझ लो 3 के आसपास कोई है ही नहीं, ठीक है, समझ लो
ओके
7 भी
सर।
नहीं है, तो
ओके
3
सर।
के लिए तुम अलग से कंटेनर बनाओगे, ये बोल रहा हो ना?
यस सर।
तो इन अ वे योर नंबर ऑफ कंटेनर्स गॉट इंक्रीज, राइट? तुम्हारा एम क्या है कि जितना हो सके उतना एलिमेंट्स एक ही कंटेनर में डाल दो, जो सब पॉसिबल है ना?
ठीक है। तो हम
राइट।
सॉर्टिंग करके भी अलग कर सकते हैं।
तो सॉर्ट, अरे वही तो भाई मैं समझा रहा हूँ कि
तो
सॉर्ट करोगे तो
ठीक
एन
है
लॉग एन
सर।
टाइम लग जाएगा ना।
हाँ तो सर ओ ऑफ वन एन में कैसे होगा जब हैश टेबल का रिक्वायरमेंट हैश टेबल का रिक्वायरमेंट कैसे आ रहा है सर? मेरे को तो वही
तो
क्लियर
हैश
नहीं हो
टैग,
रहा।
देखो देखो, तुम एन लॉग एन लग रहा है, तुम्हारा अप्रोच सही हो जाएगा, ठीक है, एन लॉग एन के बिना तुम्हारा 2 पॉइंटर वाला अप्रोच सही नहीं होगा। डू यू एग्री विद द स्टेटमेंट?
एन
हेलो,
लॉगिन के बिना तो
एन लॉग
सर।
एन इज फॉर द सॉर्टिंग,
यस सर।
राइट? मैं अभी एक एग्जांपल दिया जिसमें 3 को तुम अलग कंटेनर में डाल रहे हो, जो कि वेरी इनएफिशिएंट है, नंबर ऑफ कंटेनर्स इज इंक्रीजिंग,
ठीक है
एग्रीड?
सर। ओके सर।
राइट, तो सॉर्ट करना पड़ेगा, तो इसमें तुम्हें स्पेस नहीं लग रहा, ठीक है। तो दिस इज वन अप्रोच विच यू आर गिविंग, विच आई फील दैट इट इज करेक्ट, बट ये अप्रोच में यू नॉट you're not sorting it, you're just created an array of size 10 power 5, ठीक है,
ओके।
एंड ईच इंडेक्स को तुम एक की तरह यूज कर रहे हो,
करेक्ट सर।
है ना? तो मैं बस ये बता रहा हूँ कि अगर इस वैल्यू पे, ठीक है, अगर 1 है, तो 1 पे आई एम जस्ट मेकिंग इट एज 1, ठीक है, मतलब समथिंग लाइक दैट, ठीक है। 2 पे आई एम मेकिंग इट एज 1, मतलब इट इज नॉट yet टेकन इनटू अ थिंग, ठीक है। डोंट यू थिंक when you're traversing this particular array, don't you think values you're getting are in a sorted way? जो चीज तुम n log n करके सॉर्ट करके अचीव कर रहे हो, वही चीज मैं एक एरे यूज करके, ठीक है, जस्ट बाय पॉपुलेटिंग दैट एरे विद इट्स एग्जिस्टेंस, ठीक है, आई एम गेटिंग द सेम थिंग इन बिग ऑफ n टाइम।
सो यू आर टेलिंग कि जो एलिमेंट्स है हम उसको अरे कंसिडर ये इंडेक्स कंसिडर कर ले,
हाँ
और जो नहीं है वो जीरो।
हाँ, यही तो है हैश मैप का
ओके सर।
लाइक थिंग, लाइक दिस इज लाइक अ की एंड दिस इज लाइक अ वैल्यू।
ओके सर। ओके सर, क्लियर
है
क्लियर हो
ना?
गया।
सो
ओके।
तो लाइक अब तुम बताओ यूज क्या कर रहे हैं हम, इसका फायदा क्या हो गया हमारा, यू बाय यूजिंग द हैश
आप
मैप,
बेसिकली
बाय
आपने
यूजिंग
एन लॉगिन को आपने कम कर दिया, एन लॉगिन को ही शॉर्ट ओ
इन
ऑफ
बिग
एन
ऑफ
में डाल
एन
दिया।
टाइम जस्ट बाय आइटरेटिंग माय एरे, ठीक है, जस्ट बाय आइटरेटिंग माय एरे, ठीक है, यू आर जस्ट क्रिएटिंग एन एरे साइज, ठीक है, मतलब यू आर क्रिएटिंग एन एरे ऑफ साइज 10 power 5, ठीक है, such that they are sorted because the range is very small, range is 10 power 5 only। अगर 10 power 9 है तो मैं एरे नहीं क्रिएट कर सकता, इतना बड़ा एरे क्रिएट ही नहीं होता।
यस सर, समझ गया। थैंक यू
यू विल
सर।
अंडरस्टैंड इट प्रैक्टिकली, ठीक है, 10 power 9 का कभी बन ही नहीं सकता, ठीक है, एक बार ट्राई कर लेना। कूल,
ओके सर।
ओके, ठीक है। तो गाइस ट्राई करो इसको, मैं कोड कर सकता हूँ, ठीक है, इट्स सिंपल, लाइक इफ यू वांट मी टू गिव अ ब्रीफ कोड, ठीक है, कैसे करने वाला हूँ, ठीक है, इट विल बी समथिंग लाइक दिस, ठीक है, बट समथिंग लाइक दिस, मैं पूरा कोड नहीं करूंगा बिकॉज टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट, वी आर सपोज टू बी डूइंग बिट मैनिपुलेशन बाय टुडे, ठीक है, सो let me just continue, ठीक है, you will just have something like this, ठीक है, and I'm not writing the boiler code which is used for the thing, ठीक है, and I'll be just running a loop, right, and I'll be just doing this thing, answer of a of I, something like answer of a of I like 1, ठीक है, this is the way I'm picking up, ठीक है, you can choose it to be 0 or something, right? So I just made this, ठीक है, सबको 1 बना दिया। Now I'll be just having a count, ठीक है, which is initially 0, ठीक है, and I can run the loop in that particular जो भी है, right, in that particular array, right, to get the values as sorted values. देखो bro, like I won't be running it from 0, I'll be running it from 1, ठीक है, because 1 का मतलब है कि is one element present, ठीक है, is one element present कैसे देखूंगा, I'll be watching it in this way, ठीक है, is one element मतलब answer of I is it if it is 1, मतलब if it is present, if it is not visited, ठीक है, in that case I'll just do my count plus plus, मैं count को बढ़ा लिया अपना, मतलब container बढ़ा लिया. Now I'll run this thing from I till I plus 4, right? So I'm running this, ठीक है, from this particular thing, ठीक है, if this is 1, इसका मतलब I need to make it 0 as well, right? Right, I'll make it 0, ठीक है, so doesn't matter what, ठीक है, I'll just make all of them as 0, ठीक है, all of them as 0, doesn't matter if they're present or not, they are going into this particular container, ठीक है, this is basically container का count, right? So if it is 1, if you found any value, since you're iterating, it's like a sorted values, right? So if at all it is 1, right, if at all it is 1, ठीक है, मतलब if at all it is not put, you are putting it into a count and you are making all the values till I plus 4 as 0, so that when in the next iteration you will be choosing only for those values which are not yet put, ठीक है, मतलब ये सबको 0 बना दे रहा हूँ, right? So the moment you come out, you'll be checking for I plus 1 as well, I plus 1 is 0, so you'll move forward, I plus 2 as well, doesn't matter if it is present or not, I've made them 0, right? So at the end, I just return the count. I wrote almost 90% of the code. This is the 90% of the code. Do you guys agree कि 90% है ये code? क्या बोल रहा है यार, जावा पे वापस क्लिक करने पे मिलती है ड्राइवर कोड? आर यू सीरियस? ओके ग्रेट, यू आर गेटिंग इट, ठीक है. So just see this guys, just see this, how am I doing this, how cool is this, है कि नहीं guys, right? I'm just maintaining a array just to note key if it went into the container or not. If it is not went into the container, I'll create a container. I'm putting all its buddies, doesn't matter if they are present or not, into the container, ठीक है, and I am keep on doing it, ठीक है. So that's how I am 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 को मैं एक कंटेनर में डाल दिया, उसके बाद 7 आएगा जो 1 वैल्यू प्रोसेस करेगा, तो उसके लिए दूसरा कंटेनर बना रहा हूँ. Is this making sense? Right? आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ मैं, काफी टाइम स्पेंड कर लिया हमने इस पे, ठीक है. So we'll do the remaining questions tomorrow, ठीक है, because I need to do the bit manipulation today by any cost. Like tomorrow also we'll be having the bit manipulation class, ठीक है. So we'll do the remaining questions, don't worry, ठीक है. In this way we'll be solving the questions, ठीक है. Just try on your own, ठीक है. So like if you see it closely, this question which is looking so big and so difficult, it's a simple question. Don't you guys agree? Do you guys agree that it's a simple question? Yes, it's a simple question. Yeah, बस you are having a mental barrier कि ये मेरे से नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि ये कोई ऐसा टॉपिक है जो सर ने नहीं पढ़ा. नहीं, मैं पढ़ाया, ठीक है. This is not very unique thing, ठीक है. What are we doing in line number 8? ठीक है. We are just kind of using this as a hash map, ठीक है. Shamshad, ठीक है. This is the hash map which I'm creating. This is an array whose index I'm using as a key. Value equals to value. It's like a hash map, मतलब जैसे frequency map के लिए करते हैं ना, वैसे कर रहा हूँ मैं, right? So that is the reason why I want you guys to spend some time, ठीक है. थोड़ा लॉजिक बिल्डिंग पे थोड़ा फोकस करो, ठीक है. मैं इसीलिए हर क्वेश्चन मैं कर दूंगा तो तुम्हें हर क्वेश्चन इजी लगेगा, लेकिन जब खुद से करोगे, खुद से वो मेंटल बैरियर ब्रेक करोगे ना, राइट, ओनली देन यू विल बी सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है, या खुशी, ठीक है, आई कैन यूज अ हैश मैप, ठीक है. So Khushi says ki I'm wasting the memory by not using hash map, by using this. Can you guys tell me what is the benefit of using this over the hash map? Khushi, you tell me. एक बार सोचो एक बार इसके बारे में. Think about this. Time नहीं और कुछ. It's not the time. Correct. Sorted order. Correct. That is exactly correct. Hash map में you won't get it in a sorted manner. ठीक है. You can get it on paper कि hash map में sorted manner मिल जाएगा because all the values are positive values. I agree with you. ठीक है. But like if at all you are asked in the interview how you are doing this, ठीक है, you should be using tree map for this. But again, if you use tree map, हर एक एलिमेंट को रखने के लिए log n time लग रहा है. It will be again n log n time. Correct. करेक्ट. तो इसीलिए मैं ट्री मैप यूज नहीं किया, हैश मैप यूज नहीं किया, मैं एक एरे यूज कर लिया सीधा, है ना. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. ठीक है, इट्स फाइन. ठीक है, यू गाइस लर्न 2 इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द असाइनमेंट्स. आई एम होपिंग यू गाइस विल एंड दिस इन द असाइनमेंट सेक्शन. ठीक है, कर दो घर जाके, बस इतना ही है कोड. 90% लिख दिया. अगर कुछ कुछ चेंजेस है, यू गाइस नीड टू थिंक ऑन दैट. ठीक है, 90%, आई थिंक दिस इज 100% कोड इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. ठीक है, तो एक बार वो चेक कर लेना, जस्ट चेक दैट थिंग. ठीक है, so let me just close this. I'll send you the PPT, I'll send you the questions, I'll send you the links. No worries. Let me continue with the bit manipulation quickly. Array is the hash map. Correct, Reni? Correct. Recap of the bit manipulation जल्दी जल्दी दे दूंगा. ठीक है, so see this. Just go back. See this bit manipulation. ठीक है, bit manipulation क्या है? पहले bit क्या है? Bit is nothing but so we have decimal number system, we have binary number system. Each digit in the binary number system is called bit. If it is 0, it is unset bit. If it is 1, it's a set bit, right? Binary number का base 2 होता है. Base 2 मतलब the values can range from 0 to 1, right? I showed you how at each position it will be multiplied with its base. ठीक है, 10 power 0, 10 power 1. In the similar way for these values as well. ठीक है, it will be 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 0 multiplied by 2 power 2, 1 multiplied by 2 power 3, in that way, right? So I told you everything will be converted to code, binary code. So it is important to learn binary bit manipulation, right? I showed you how to convert a binary number into a decimal number. 1 into 2 power 3 plus 1 into 2 power 2, 0 into 2 power 1, in that way, right? I'm continuing this thing. Okay, decimal values. I told you about decimal values for the base 16 as well. वैसे base 3 का भी question हो सकता है, right? So this question, I think one of my friend asked me a question. He was trying for the CAT interview. CAT पता है ना, common aptitude test for the MBA, right? So he has given me a question कि like some A, B, C है, like can you represent, like if a value can be represented as ABC in this way, if another value can be represented as some value like, ठीक है, BC A, something like this, ठीक है, and some other value is represented as this, ठीक है, can you tell me how that this value represented? ठीक है, I instantly figured out कि each value is nothing but 0, 1 or 2. Only in that case, ठीक है, I need to figure out which one is 0, which one is 1, which one is 2. ठीक है, in that case I figured out this is a base 3 question, base 3 number system. So I instantly figured out what does each value mean, and then I started dividing it with 3 to get the value, to get the remainder, and just generated the value. ठीक है, so number system is also important. ठीक है, it might be out of the scope, ठीक है, but every value can be represented in that way. Rohan wants to see कि how do you want to consider constraints. ठीक है, देखो guys, constraints का मैं यही बोलूंगा. ठीक है, you can't run. ठीक है, this is a practical application, मतलब observation. ठीक है, मैंने as such कुछ कहीं भी नहीं पढ़ा, इतने सारे बुक्स पढ़ा कि इतना ही पढ़ना, इतना ही होना चाहिए, इतना ही होना चाहिए. This is something practical. ठीक है, 10 power 6 तक तुम जा सकते हो. 10 power 6 application like iterations you can do. ठीक है, मतलब operations you can do in a code which is having 1 second. ठीक है, but if you have an array of 10 power 6 and if you're doing it an n square, it is obviously 10 power 12 number of iterations, right? So this will definitely fail. This is a practical observation. Okay. So if you're having a array of size 10 power 3, then you can definitely go for n square approach because 10 power 6 hota hai max. Do you guys agree? Guys, तो यही यार, मतलब ज्यादातर नहीं है, like no you can't हरीश, ट्राई कर लो एक बार, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस ट्राई करके भी पता चल जाता है. ठीक है, you can't make that. ठीक है, let me go forward. Number systems. I told you how to convert a decimal into a binary system. ठीक है, डेसिमल वैल्यू को लो, कीप डिवाइडिंग इट बाय 2 एंड व्हाटएवर रिमाइंडर आता है उसको नीचे से लिखो, राइट. यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इट स्लोली कि हाउ इट इज वर्किंग. ठीक है, बट राइट नाउ दिस इज हाउ इट इज वर्किंग, राइट. उसके बाद सेम थिंग. ठीक है, like I've written a code कि how this is functioning, right. So you can have this value and reverse, at the end you need to reverse the s value. This is a standard यूनिवर्सिटी क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, मतलब बहुत ही बेसिक क्वेश्चन है, मतलब टीसीएस में पूछा जाएगा. ठीक है, हाँ, श्योर वी कैन डू दैट. ठीक है, आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट मेमोरी. ठीक है, 32 बिट्स क्यों इंटीजर में होता है, राइट. सो इंटीजर का भी कुछ लिमिट है. यू हैव एमएसबी, यू हैव एलएसबी, राइट. and I told you why it is called MSB, because it is most significant, right. I told you how the combinations are possible. ठीक है, 10 पर 2 पर 10 values हो पाएगा अगर 10 bit value है. The same way integer में 2 पर 32 bits होंगे, right. But 1 bit is reserved for the signed value. So what is signed value? So looking at the signed value, signed bit, that is MSB, you can say if the value is negative or positive. If the signed bit is 1, okay, it means that it's a negative value. So the real value of it is, you'll get it by doing the 2's complement of it. ठीक है, so 2's complement कैसे करेंगे? 1's complement करो plus 1 करो, that will be 2's complement. इसका 1's complement करो and again plus 1 करोगे तो it will be 2's complement of it. vice versa होता है. 2's complement का 2's complement same number होता है. Is it correct, guys? Are you guys getting it? ठीक है, same thing. I told you about conversions, base conversions, right. I told you about how a negative number can be stored. ठीक है, negative number को store करने के लिए उसका 2's complement find करो, उसमें stored होता है. ठीक है, उसको निकालोगे कैसे? जैसे ये 1 है, ठीक है, you understand that this value is not a normal value. You can't calculate it in a normal way. You need to take its 2's complement. And already, since this is 1, you just put -1 to whatever value you get. So it will be -4. In that way, you'll be getting it. ठीक है, so let me do it. ठीक है, तो वैसे ही 2's complement find कर लिया. I understood this thing. I told you how unsigned and signed values are working. ठीक है, so this is pretty much the theory. ठीक है, then we went into the most important thing, that is the bitwise operators. ठीक है, bitwise OR. ठीक है, bitwise OR मतलब which each bit you will be doing the OR operation. और ऑपरेशन कैसे? 0 और 1 और करो तो 1 आएगा, 1 और 0 और करो तो 1 आएगा, राइट. So like I've told you the truth table as well. If any one of them is 1, you'll be getting the 1. If both of them are 0, then you'll be getting the 0. Same thing goes with AND also, right. If both of them are 1, then only you'll be getting 1, right. So then comes the XOR. ठीक है, so XOR में ये होने वाला है कि if both of them are opposite, only then it will be 1. Cool, guys, right. So then comes the complement. This guy just complements whatever this thing is. ठीक है, उसका उल्टा बता देगा, right. So it's like 1's complement. ठीक है, then we did shift operators. We skipped few things here. ठीक है, left shift operator and right shift operator. Left shift operator basically shifts your bit manipulation, whatever the value is, whatever this value is, उसको shift करेगा ऐसे. Just see this. कि यहाँ पे 1 है, that will be gone, that will be gone. If at all it's a 5-bit value, 5-bit value है, assuming that. ठीक है, अगर 32 bit है तो 32 bit का last bit will be gone, correct. So 0 will be coming here. You can see that 0 is here. ठीक है, 1 will be here, 1 will be here, 1 will be here, and again from out of nowhere 0 will be coming, right. So since you've written 2, it means that shifted twice. ठीक है. So this will be moving out, this will be here, this will be here, this will be here, 0 will be here, and 0 will be here, right? So all these things will happen in constant time. This is a constant time. In constant time you will be happening this thing. Okay, how what does this mean? Okay, it means nothing but if you're shifting a value with 1, it means nothing but you are just multiplying that value with 2, x equals to x into 2, that way. Guys, is this making sense? Right? Okay, it is nothing but you're just shifting it with the 2 power 1. Agar main, like if I write something like shift thrice, it means nothing but x equals to x into 2 power 3. You can see if any number, if you're multiplying it with 2, okay, what will happen? Its bit manipulation just moves to the left side. Guys, same thing happens with 10 as well. Anna, 10 ko, right? 10 ko if you multiply, like if you are want to shift it, okay, I'm talking about in decimal system. Okay, if you want to shift it, it will become 100. It is nothing but multiplying it with 10, right? Base ka value se multiply karna. Correct? Guys, batao. Is this clear? ठीक है. हाँ, explain right shift to या show सुष्मिता, पहले ये होने दो, left होने के बाद right करूंगा ना, देखो, right? So we have done that, ठीक है? So we have done the left shift operator where you are multiplying it with the power, ठीक है? तो ये होने वाला है, right? So now let me explain you the right shift operator. देखो, in right shift you have two types of operators. It's not in Java, specifically in Java. ठीक है, two types of operators. ठीक है, one is signed right shift and other one is unsigned right shift. Let me explain you. Okay, you know that in your 32-bit, okay, this value is a signed bit. Do you guys agree with me? Correct? Right? So this is a signed bit. It could be 1, it could be 0. Cool. But if you're right shifting it, okay, like देखो, जब साइंड बिट 1 है, इसका मतलब पूरा ही वैल्यू 2's कॉम्प्लीमेंट है किसी वैल्यू का. Correct? So like it won't give you exact value if you kind of right shift it with a sign bit. ठीक है, यहाँ पे 1 1 हो सकता है, यहाँ पे 0 हो सकता है. If you right shift it, it will give you a whole other kind of value, है ना, है कि नहीं? ठीक है. So sometimes you don't want to lose the sign bit. Correct? So like for example, if it means some -2 or -4 समझ लो, ठीक है, some values like -4 है ये, ठीक है, ये पूरा value, ठीक है. But if you left right shift, I want it to -2 होना चाहिए मुझे, है ना, because I right shift का I wanted to understand as by 2, right? So then comes the right shift, ठीक है. So let me explain you from beginning, ठीक है. So you have something called right shift and left shift, ठीक है. Right shift will be 2 arrows, ठीक है, and just like the left shift, but in the unsigned right shift you will be having 3 arrows, ठीक है. Signed right shift में, ठीक है, for example, if I have a value that is 5-bit value, only 5-bit value this is, right? And if you're doing one shift, okay, x right shift by 1, okay, so what will happen is you're shifting it in this direction, okay. So this will go away, okay, this will come here 0, this will come here 1, this will come here 1, this will come here 0, and out of nowhere you'll be getting a 0, right? This will be your answer. Just check what is this value. Can anyone tell me what is this value? 6 है कि 13 है? It's a 13 value, right? ये 13 है, तुम देख सकते हो, ये became 6. It became 6, right? Right? So if you do 2, then it will be shifted twice, right? Are you guys getting me? Hello? So it is nothing but if you're shifting it with some value x, it is, sorry, x nahi rakhna chahiye, x ho gaya na. If you're shifting it with value 2, you're just dividing it value with 2 part 2. This 2 and this 2 is same. है ना? आप n है, then you're nning. So it's the same thing, right? So this is signed right. Signed right mein, what if the bit is signed? Just look at it. Just look at the beauty. Let us assume I have a 6-bit value. Okay. Now, if you're shifting it with 1, ठीक है, अभी क्या होने वाला ना? It says कि ये signed bit है, ठीक है. अगर मैं साइन बिट को ही नॉर्मल की तरह पास कर दूंगा तो ये पूरा ये नेगेटिव वैल्यू एकदम पॉजिटिव वैल्यू बदल जाएगा एंड लाइक इट विल लूज दिस प्रॉपर्टी, ठीक है. सो व्हाट आई डू इज कि आई शिफ्ट दीज वैल्यूज. आई एम करेक्ट, ठीक है. ये 1 आएगा, 0 यहाँ पे आएगा, 1 यहाँ पे आएगा, 1 यहाँ पे आएगा, 0 यहाँ पे आएगा, राइट. 1 इज गॉन, ठीक है. बट since this guy is 1, right, you'll be getting another 1 out of nowhere and putting it here to make the sign valid. अब साइन डिस्टर्ब नहीं होगा, यू आर जस्ट प्रिजर्विंग द साइन. प्रिजर्विंग द साइन, इसका मतलब इफ साइन इज प्रेजेंट देन पुश 1. एक और बार रोटेट करेंगे तो सेम थिंग होगा. यू विल बी जस्ट पुशिंग वन मोर 1 अगेन आउट ऑफ नोवेयर. डजंट मैटर हाउ मेनी टाइम्स यू पुश, you will get the sign preserved, right? 0 नहीं आएगा अभी. लेफ्ट शिफ्ट में ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है. लेफ्ट शिफ्ट इज नॉट लाइक दैट, ठीक है. बिकॉज लेफ्ट शिफ्ट में ऐसा क्यों नहीं है, एक बार सोचना तुम लोग खुद से, ठीक है. इफ यू आर मल्टीप्लाइंग विद अ वैल्यू then it could be possible that after some point it might exceed the limit of integer, right? So because of exceeding the limit, you're getting a negative value. It is making some sense, correct? By dividing, you should never get it. Right? So right shift में guys अभी के लिए like theoretically समझो like you're not going to apply it much, ठीक है. Right now ऐसे समझो कि नेगेटिव वैल्यू है, ठीक है. सिंपल थिंग, अगर एक नेगेटिव वैल्यू साइन बिट है, साइन बिट इज सेट, then instead of just putting 0, you will preserve the sign and put 1 in this place. The shift will happen the same way. Just see, shift हो रहा है लेकिन यहाँ पे 1 आएगा out of nowhere. That is the only point. Correct? साइन बिट में लेफ्ट शिफ्ट तो नॉर्मल हो जाता है. लेफ्ट शिफ्ट में you don't do anything, but in the right shift only you will be having the discretion, right? So let me tell you about the unsigned right. Unsigned right में it doesn't matter, ठीक है. 1 1 0 1 0 है तो इसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्या है. It will assume that ये unsigned है, ठीक है. So you will be just having 1 0 1 1 0, right? You're just shifting it. Just look at it. If you're shifting it once, 0 आ गया. But this is the only special case you are having, ठीक है. Because if you want to shift it once more, ठीक है, just look at it. ये 1 है, right? So you'll push one more 1 from outside, but this one will be put here, this one will be put here, this 0 will be put 0, this one will be put here, this one will be put here, this 0 will be put here. Is this making sense, guys? Now we don't have to preserve the sign, Vivek, because like it will be an overflow condition. एक बार सोचो कि if you are multiplying a big value, ठीक है, with 2, it could be possible that it can go into negative range because of the overflow. It will be considered as it's an overflow condition. ठीक है. So it is quite natural कि a positive value might become a negative value. Correct. So right shift of sign bit always sign. Okay. So ये नेगेटिव वैल्यू है, यू विल जस्ट पुट वन मोर वैल्यू, बस इतना ही है, ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं. ठीक है, ज्यादा डीप जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. इट विल जस्ट कॉज द डिस्कशन टू जस्ट प्रोलॉन्ग. ठीक है. सो लेट मी टीच यू वन मोर थिंग. ठीक है. सो दिस इज अबाउट द शिफ्ट बिट्स. ठीक है. Nothing fancy. You have signed bit, you have unsigned bit. Unsigned bit will work the same way you learned. Signed bit will work the same way you learned when it's for the positive values. But for the negative values, okay, matlab whenever the signed bit is 1, you just bring one bit out of nowhere into that position. Bas. Okay. So let me just continue. Okay. We did a question called single number. Do you guys remember this question? Any doubts in this question? So this question runs under the under this thing. Ki x or x is always 0 and 0 or x is always x. Okay, and x or x or x, okay, will be giving x, right? It's obvious, right? If you have a x something like this, and if you have another x, like if you're zoring all the values, you can see that these things will be 0, these things will be 0, 0, right? And you are doing 0 with a number, it will be giving the same number exactly, right? So if you zor it again with that number, okay, then you can see that this will also be 0, right? So everything will be 0 because they are even, right? So the even number of times, even number of times, it will be 0. If it is odd number of times, it will be an odd value. Is this correct, guys? Right? So what we did is using this property, okay, we did a question called signed value where all the numbers are paired up. ठीक है, मतलब देखो ये बंदा paired up है, ये बंदा इसके साथ paired up है, ये एक बंदा है जो single है, right? So what we are doing is we are just kind of zoring all the values, 8s or 5s or 8s or 7s or 5. So 8s or 8 will give you a value 0, ठीक है, at the end after the bits, ठीक है, ये भी 0 देगा, at the end final answer होगा 7, right? So we have demonstrated this using an example as well. Okay, I don't think if it is present or not, but yeah, it is a good question which we did. Do you guys remember that question? Any doubts in that question? हाँ मोहित, वो कैलकुलेट होगा, it doesn't matter. ठीक है, 8 or 5 will be calculated. ठीक है, but again if you zor it with 8, it will be 5 again. ये बोल रहा हूँ, कोई वैल्यू में 8 और 5 हो सकता है, मैं मानता हूँ, ठीक है, but if you zor it with 8 again, it will be nothing but 5 only because these bits are neutralized by these bits. ठीक है, एक बार ट्राई करना है इसको जेबीबी में, ट्राई सच थिंग्स. ठीक है, चलो, if that is cool, we'll do one more question. ठीक है, so let me move forward. So I hope you guys are not exhausted. Correct, let's continue. ठीक है, let me give you one more question and then we can take a break. ठीक है, don't worry. नहीं नहीं, थोड़ा देर रुक जाओ यार, थोड़ा देर. ठीक है, we'll take a break, don't worry. But let me teach you some important topic जिससे तुम लोग क्वेश्चंस कर पाओ. अब तक मुझे नहीं लगता कि क्वेश्चंस कर पाए होंगे, right? But let me just take up a question. See this thing, man. See this thing. Just look at this thing. ठीक है, number of 1 bits. If I give you one question, ठीक है, एक नंबर दूंगा, कोई भी नंबर, ठीक है, इस नंबर का बताओ यार. Can you guys tell me what is the number of like what is this number? Be 2 power 0, 2 power 2, 2 power 4, right? So it is 8, 8 plus 2, right? I mean 8 plus 4 is 4, it is 13, right? Guys, it is 13. Acha, 21 hai. Oh, what happened to me? It is 8, sorry, it is 16 na, 16 plus 2 hai na, 18, right? So cool, whatever it is, okay? So it is 21. I gave you this number and tell you how many bits are set in this number. Can you do this question? How can you do this question? लाइक मैं बोलूंगा कि 21 दिया, इसमें कितने बिट सेट है, कैसे बताओगे? वन अप्रोच इज दैट कि यू कैन क्रिएट इट्स बाइनरी रिप्रेजेंटेशन, स्ट्रिंग बना लो या एरे बना लो और काउंट करते जाना, राइट? दैट इज एनीवे देयर, बट लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस you guys with a concept called mask. Okay, so what does mask do? Wait, now focus here. Okay, when I'm teaching, focus here. Okay, so what does mask do is कि mask is basically a number which is having only, like, it's not a number, okay, which is having only one bit. It is not like that. It is a custom number which we generated. It's a generated number, okay, which is having bits set according to us. Do you guys agree कि 0000 मतलब 000001, right? This could be a mask because we wantedly set one bit at the end, right? Guys, look at this carefully. एक बार ध्यान से सुनना this question. The question is कि you are given a value like 21. You're supposed to find number of bits that are set. जैसे यहाँ पे 3 रिटर्न करना मुझे, right? For that, I'm learning a concept called mask, where I've created a value like this. This is 1. Okay? This value is 1. Right? So I just have one bit set at the end. What do you think will happen if I do AND to it? If I do 21 bitwise AND 1, what do you think will happen? All the values will be 0, right? And you'll be getting 1 as the answer because the last bit is set. Do you guys agree? Huh? So can I say this thing, guys? Ab batao. I can write something like int mask equals to 1. Okay? And if I do AND mask, and if this is equal to 1, if I do 21 AND mask, and if at all it is equal to 1, can I say last bit is set? Guys, same like module 2, Mohit, correct? Right? So like 1 aaya, so I'll just do some count plus plus. Now I want to check if the second bit is set or not. What should I do, guys? Tell me. मैं ये कर सकता हूँ कि for this particular value, can I create a mask like this and do the AND operation? And if I get everything as 0, I can say that second bit is not set. Hello? Right? But the question comes ki how to generate this value, right? It is nothing but mask equals to mask left shift 1. I left shifted the mask. Just see, it was this one. It got left shifted. लेफ्ट शिफ्ट को मास्क को लेफ्ट शिफ्ट कर दिया. चलो अब दोबारा करता हूं. Again I left shifted it. Again I'll be getting a value which is not 1, but it is greater than 0, right? So let me rewrite this condition. I should not be 1, it should be greater than 0, right? So if I got a value n and mask, if it is greater than 1, I'll just do count plus plus, and initially mask ka value hoga 1 and n ka value hoga whatever we got, right? But every time in this loop, okay, you will be doing mask equals to mask left 1. Do you guys agree with this statement? Hello? Guys, will this thing work? सोचो एक बार. अब इसके लिए we found the count as 2 क्योंकि 2 बार हुआ था, right? So like let me do it again, right? Let me do it again. I mean 1 will be here and I will have shifted it again. Now I am doing the AND. You will be getting 0 everywhere because it is not set at this position. So in a way, I'm going to each and every bit and I'm checking if it is set or not. At each and every bit, I'm going and checking if it is set or not. Right? You can see it is set or not. It is not set. So cool. Right? And again, I'll be shifting it once more. Okay? And I'll see that it is 1. Right? It is some value greater than 0. So this particular value is set. Correct? So in that way, I'm just getting the count of the number of set bits. Okay? So how many times I should do this, guys? Guys, I think it's better. Shubh, you want to get unmuted once if you're not understanding anything? Yes, for 32 times we'll be doing it. So that each bit you'll keep on going and checking if it is set or not, if it is set or not. Right? यहाँ पे हमने 4 बार किया, right? We got it. Right? Let me just unmute Shubh Srivastava. Where are you? You want to get unmuted? Like you're not understanding anything, right? I just want to see where you're not getting.
Hello, sir.
Hi,
Good
hi.
evening.
Uh-huh.
Sir, I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, this thing I got the this question and brute force also, like we'll make it into binary and then we'll simply count the ones.
Okay.
And after that, then the mask thing which you introduced, from there I got slipped. Like I didn't
ठीक है.
understand only.
ठीक है, देखो लाइक सिंपल तरीके से बताता हूँ. ठीक है, एक बार ध्यान से सुनना, कुछ समझ नहीं आता बताना. ठीक है, यू हैव अ नंबर. ठीक है, इट हैज सम बाइनरी रिप्रेजेंटेशन. ठीक है, इंटरनली व्हाटएवर बाइनरी ऑपरेशंस यू डू दे आर हैपनिंग इन अ बाइनरी वे, मतलब बिट वाइज वे में हो रहा है. ठीक है, ठीक है. यू क्रिएटेड अ नंबर व्हिच इज इनिशियली int mask equals to 1. 1 का बाइनरी रिप्रेजेंटेशन बताओ. 1 का बाइनरी रिप्रेजेंटेशन
0.
पूरा
0.
31 zeros होंगे, उसके बाद एक 1 होगा. करेक्ट. तो मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि आई एम डूइंग बिटवाइज एंड विद दिस मास्क. मास्क में 1 वैल्यू है, आई एम डूइंग बिटवाइज एंड टू इट. तो क्या होगा, देखो ये सब जीरोस है, तो बिटवाइज एंड में सब जीरोस हो जाएंगे. यहाँ पे बिटवाइज एंड कब 1 होगा, जब दोनों ही 1 होंगे. एग्रीड. So now if at all this guy is 1 and this at this position this is 1, so you will be getting a value 1. So can I say if at all I'm doing 21 mask, and if I'm getting a value that is greater than 0, okay, so can I say that at this particular bit the bit is set?
Sir, a number greater than 0 मतलब क्या?
देखो, अरे इसका रिजल्ट क्या है, इसका रिजल्ट देखो ना. व्हाट इज दिस रिजल्ट? दिस इज नथिंग बट 21 एंड मास्क है ना. व्हाट इज द रिजल्ट? दिस इज द रिजल्ट, राइट? सो दिस रिजल्ट इज ग्रेटर देन 0. इसका मतलब है एट दिस पोजीशन यू हैव द बिट एज 1. डू यू एग्री विद दिस स्टेटमेंट? है ना, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 0 होता, ठीक है, तो ये भी 0 हो जाएगा. करेक्ट. सो आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग एट दिस बिट कि ये बिट पे क्या हो रहा है. राइट. तो इन द सेम वे, राइट, आई विल क्रिएट अ मास्क विद दिस बिट एज सेट. कैसे करूंगा? लेफ्ट शिफ्ट करूंगा एक बार. ठीक है. इन द सेम वे आई विल चेक विद दिस बिट एज सेट और नॉट. तो यहाँ पे देखो 1 आएगा. विद द सेम वे आई विल मूव हियर. सब वैल्यू 0 होंगे, बस इस बिट को सेट होगा. राइट. ये वैल्यू 0 आएगा, सब जीरोस हो जाएंगे. करेक्ट. बाकी सबसे कोई लेना देना नहीं है, क्योंकि बाकी सब तो 0 प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. ओनली बिट दैट विल only if this particular position पे bit set होगा, only then you will be getting a value that is greater than 0.
Okay, right? Okay.
So in this way you can say that at this particular bit you have, at this particular position you have this bit as set. Agreed? अब मैं तुझे एक क्वेश्चन दूंगा. ठीक है, एक बार बताओ कि मैं तुझे एक नंबर n दूंगा. कैन यू से शुभ कि एट द थर्ड बिट, ठीक है, मतलब जो बाइनरी रिप्रेजेंटेशन में थर्ड बिट होता है, इस पोजीशन पे क्या ये बिट सेट है कि नहीं, बता सकते हो तुम? फॉर दिस n
अभी तो नहीं पता.
तुम बता सकते हो? सोचो कैसे. इस बिट पे थर्ड बिट, मतलब इस बिट सेट है कि नहीं, मतलब 0 है कि नहीं, 1 है कि 0, बता सकते हो? क्या करना है तुम्हें? यू जस्ट नीड टू क्रिएट अ मास्क, राइट, of where you are having this particular bit as set and all the bits are 0, right? You need to create this mask, है ना. ये कैसे क्रिएट किया? इंट मास्क इक्वल टू 1 करो एंड मास्क को शिफ्ट करना, मास्क इक्वल टू मास्क शिफ्टेड ट्वाइस, सही है कि नहीं?
Yes.
This is nothing but zero zeros, all zeros and ones. You shifted it twice, so it has become like this. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
So this is n, and I just doing and n ampersand end, and you will be getting, like if you got a value, ठीक है, which is greater than 0, मतलब इस बिट सेट हुआ तो इसका मतलब यहाँ पे भी 1 है. डू यू एग्री विथ मी?
हाँ
बस हो गया, गेम क्वेश्चन, गेम ओवर, बस रिटर्न.
सर, वो सर 1
हाँ
को सरकाते जाएंगे सर, तो लेफ्ट मोस्ट बाउंड्री
करेक्ट.
पे, बाउंड्री जो है वो उसका कंस्ट्रेंट
बस हर बिट
कैसे
पे सेट
लगाएंगे
करना है.
सर?
हाँ क्या, सॉरी?
सर 1 लेफ्ट में कहाँ तक जाएगा वो कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे सर?
तो ये इंटीजर है ना, इंटीजर का कितना बिट होता है? 32 बिट्स होता है.
32 तक चला जाएगा पूरा?
हाँ 32 तक हर बिट पे चेक करते जाओगे, right? So this is the first point of contact where you are actually going to each and every bit to check if that bit is set or not. Do you agree?
सर कैन यू रिपीट दिस क्वेश्चन, क्या बोला आपने?
So this is the
ये sentence
first point. हाँ,
अच्छा
this is the first point where you are going to each and every bit. मतलब जैसे मैं थर्ड बिट पे आके चेक कर रहा हूँ using the
हाँ
mask. देखो मैं थर्ड बिट पे चेक कर रहा हूँ कि सेट है कि नहीं. मैं अभी फिफ्थ बिट पे चेक करने बोला, अगर तुम केथ बिट पे चेक करने बोला, ठीक है, थर्ड बिट के लिए मैं 2 से क्या, अगर तुमने केथ बिट पे चेक करने बोला तो मैं मास्क इक्वल टू मास्क को मैं k माइनस 1 टाइम्स, या जो भी है,
Yes.
मतलब बेस्ड, मैं इसको थर्ड बिट बोल रहा हूँ, हो सकता है क्वेश्चन में इसको थर्ड बिट बोल रहा है, राइट? सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट, तो मैं लाइक मास्क को k माइनस 1 टाइम शिफ्ट करूंगा. एट दैट पोजिशन में इसको सेट किया. नाउ आई जस्ट चेक कि if I do the bitwise AND with that value, ठीक है, will I get a value greater than 0? If I am getting a value greater than 0, it means that at that particular instance, the bit is set.
Okay, so we have a set bit at that position.
Correct. In the same way, you will do it for all the 32 values to check what is the total count of bits.
Like if any integer is given to me, how many set bits are there in its binary representation?
Correct, correct.
Okay.
है ना, मस्त चीज है कि नहीं?
Yes, yes. समझा सर अभी.
ठीक है.
Thank
So
you,
you
sir.
just run the loop for 32 times with each time. जैसे कि तुम ऐसे भी कर सकते हो, तुम हमेशा 1 के साथ करने की जगह, ठीक है, like you can just run the loop, ठीक है, you can just run the loop for 32 times. 32 times कैसे करोगे? While I is less than 32, I को 0 करना है, I plus plus करना है. बस this is the code man, count को return करना. Correct? Guys, is this making sense? We can have a break, but before going to the break, एक बार सोचो, शुभ एक बार तुम भी सोचना, instead of left shifting this, इसको सॉरी इंस्टेड ऑफ लेफ्ट शिफ्टिंग दिस, इसको राइट शिफ्ट करने पे कोई फायदा है क्या? ट्राई टू थिंक एंड टेल मी. है ना, कुछ फायदा ही नहीं. देखो सी, फास्ट की बात नहीं है, आई एम जस्ट शोइंग अ डिफरेंट अप्रोच कि इसको ऐसे भी तो कर सकते हैं ब्रो, है ना. एंड मेरे हिसाब से बेटर है. क्यों? एक बार सोचो, एक बार तुम लोग खुद से, ठीक है. मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर मेरे पास ये वैल्यू है, ठीक है, मैं हमेशा मास को कांस्टेंट रखूंगा, मास्क हमेशा यही रहेगा, ठीक है, मास्क हमेशा 1 ही रहेगा, मास्क को शिफ्ट नहीं करूंगा. इंस्टेड आई शिफ्ट दिस वैल्यू, ठीक है, यहाँ पे 1 आई तो काउंट 1 हो गया, तो मैं इसको लेफ्ट शिफ्ट करूंगा, एन को लेफ्ट शिफ्ट करूंगा, ठीक है, तब क्या होगा? एन का वैल्यू होगा 1010 ओनली, ठीक है. तो मास्क का वैल्यू तो सेम है, 0001. लेट मी जस्ट डू दिस, इट इज 0, सो काउंट विल बी रिमेनिंग द सेम. एंड एन को वापस लेफ्ट शिफ्ट, राइट शिफ्ट करो, ठीक है, सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी 001. एक बार देखना इसका, you can see that it is 1, so you will increase the count, right? उसके बाद वापस लेफ्ट शिफ्ट करना, it will be 0, mask will be this, let me do this, that will be 0, right? So you won't do anything, n is 1, mask is 1, you'll be getting 1. Count will be 3. If you left shift it even further, n will be 0. Then you can stop the loop. Unsigned shift करना चाहिए, correct? Signed shift नहीं करोगे obviously, right? So देखो guys, instead of like this is another type of implementation जिसमें mask को instead of moving it in this way, ठीक है, ठीक है, I'm making the n value move in this way. मतलब n को I'm making it move in this way, correct? Right? And I'm just adding it. Okay. So which approach is better? This approach is better or that approach is better? This is approach 2. This is approach 1. Which approach is better, guys? Tell me. Second one या first one? एक बार बताओ. क्यों second one? क्यों second one? बताओ. Can you guys tell me क्यों second one better है? I am also saying second one better है. इसलिए पढ़ा है तुम लोग को. क्यों? Correct. देखो. See this thing. See this thing carefully. If I'm right shifting this guy, ठीक है? If I'm right shifting this guy, ठीक है? तो ऐसे होने वाला है कि this person will become 0, right? So I can use this person. If at all he becomes 0, I can terminate the loop. You can see कितना steps में हो गया? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 steps में हो गया. मतलब log n time में हो गया. In how many steps it will be? Like you can keep on dividing it by 2 and log n steps it will be done. लेकिन उस केस में doesn't matter what, you will be doing it with 32 steps. 32 steps करोगे ही करोगे. हर एक bit पे जाओगे और हर एक 32 steps करेगे ही करोगे, right? After 32 bits, you need to, you can call it as big of one time, but which one is efficient? This one is efficient or that one is efficient, right? So log n will never reach 31 times, right? Second one is efficient, correct? So यहाँ पे time complexity might be looking big of log n, okay, but this is more efficient. Even interviewer will be agreeing upon this. There, time complexity might be big of 1, big of 32. That is nothing but big of 1. But it is always 32, like always it's the maximum times, maximum number of iterations. यहाँ पे only log n based on its value. कि बड़ा value तो ज़्यादा iterations लगेंगे, छोटा value तो कम iteration में होंगे. पर one value है, if the n is 1, ठीक है, what is the point of doing it for 32 times? You can do it in log n time. That is nothing but one step. First approach के लिए condition mask number रख दिया तो या mask number क्यों रखोगे bro? ठीक है, guys, this is pretty much we have done this question. ठीक है, so like there are a couple of questions which I picked you up. ठीक है, do these questions in the break. ठीक है, so just see this question. Like you have this question. We'll do these questions after the break. ठीक है, but for now, try to do this question. Hamming distance. ठीक है, how can you do this? Number of 1 bit. That is also a question. ठीक है, I think you guys are able to do it. I don't think there's any need of doing that question anymore. ठीक है, so let me just open and show you the solution. So ये देखना एक बार. So if at all it is not equals to 0, ठीक है, so 1 is the mask, right? I'm just saying if it is greater than 0, then I'm just doing count plus plus and I'm right shifting it. I'm doing it again and again till it is 0. ठीक है, the moment it is 0, ठीक है, I'm returning. But this is the code, Hamming weight. Look at this, guys. देखो log n clear क्यों नहीं हुआ? Log n clear क्यों नहीं हुआ, bro? देखो log n इसीलिए clear हो ना, ठीक है? So see this. What is this thing? This is nothing but dividing the number with n by 2, right? Do you guys agree with this statement? है ना? So you're dividing it again and again and again till it is 0. Don't you think it's a log n time? I taught this multiple times, right? है ना? एक value है, n by 2 हो जाएगा, n by 4 हो जाएगा, ठीक है, n by 8 हो जाएगा. So this could be represented as n by 2 per 1, n by 2 per 2, n by 2 per 3 till it is 1. ठीक है, इसका मतलब n by 2 per k equals to 1. It is nothing but n equals to 2 per k. K equals to log n. In log n steps, you will be reaching the 1. Do you guys agree? 1 के बाद 0 आ जाएगा, right? So it is log and steps. सोचो इसके बारे में, ठीक है. Do this question Hamming distance, ठीक है. Do this question power of 2. सोचो, we'll be having very fruitful discussion. Don't leave the class. Be back after 20 minutes, ठीक है. Be back after the 20 minutes, ठीक है. We'll have the discussion, ठीक है. तो see you there, ठीक है. So to the people who are asking why not unsigned and why not signed, ठीक है. So if at all it's a negative number, ठीक है. If you do the signed value, ठीक है. So this is a negative number, right? So if you are doing the shift, one will be keep on adding. It will never be 0. है ना. तो ये वैल्यू को मुझे एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू चाहिए ना, मुझे ऐसे नहीं चाहिए कि वैल्यूज आते जा रहा है, राइट. I want exact number of ones set bits, correct? So I don't want extra ones to be coming into the picture. So that's the reason why I chose unsigned bit. You guys think of this question. कैसे करोगे? It's an easy question. We'll be back in 20 minutes. ठीक है, have your lunch. Don't leave the class. We'll have the class till 11:30 as usually. ठीक है. So 10:35 को आ जाना सब लोग. ठीक है. Don't leave it. ठीक है. You will be learning very important things. ठीक है. So don't leave it. Push yourself a little. ठीक है. We'll be back. Hello guys, I'm back. What's happening? Hi. So guys, let's start. Okay. I hope you guys had a great break. I had one. So did you guys try to do this question? Hello? Hello? So this thing, I think if you attended the class, okay. So if you attended the class, it will be something like this. Hai na? So this is nothing but right shift, unsigned right shift. Right? Correct? What question you want me to solve in Portal Pro? Like Portal Pay, like we can solve the questions. Okay. Did you guys try this generate binary numbers question, guys? कैसे किया? Generate binary numbers कैसे किया? What loop? Yeah, it should be done using Q, right? So yesterday I taught you how to do this. Okay. So let me do like this. This question also we have done. Okay. But let me do few more questions so that you guys will be much familiar with bit manipulation. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. Okay. Have you guys done this question Hamming distance? How many of you did this? I just want to see how many of you reached the solution. Okay, I just want to take a poll on this. Okay, just do the poll. So if you did it, just press yes. If you didn't do it, press no. Okay, most of the people didn't do. Okay, we can take it to the sub. Okay, just wait. So it's a simple question, similar question of what we did. Okay, I can only see 70 people voted. Are you guys there? Back? Okay, let's see what is the question first. Okay, I'll do this. Okay. So you can see that there are two integers that are given. So you're supposed to return the Hamming distance. What is Hamming distance? The number of positions at which corresponding bits differ. For example, if you have a value like this, okay, if you have a value like this, you can see that at this bit they are differing. Okay, at this bit they are differing. At this bit they are differing. So you will be having 3 as the answer. You can see that at this bit they are not differing, they are same. At this bit they are not differing, they are same. So at number of bits where they are differing, that value I'm supposed to return. I mean that number of values I'm supposed to return, that is called Hamming distance. Is the question clear for everyone? Hello? तो कैसे करोगे? हाँ, XOR, correct. So you know a bitwise operation which can do this, right? So if you have same values, okay, so this will be XOR will be giving 0. If you have same values, XOR will be giving 0. If you have different values, only then you'll be getting ones. Do you agree, guys? Hello? It's not similar to previous one till this point. Okay, you are supposed to XOR these values x and y. Okay, so wherever the bit is 1, that many number of that many number of bits differences are there. So you just need to count the number of bits of this XOR. Do you agree? Hello? Okay. So whatever this thing is, okay, you guys did this code, right? So I can just use this code. Guys, I can just use this code, take a count, and n. Instead of n, I'll be doing the XOR. XOR equals to x XOR y, right? So I'll be using this XOR. Okay, here. I'll be using here. I'll be using here. I'll be using here as well. And let me run. Don't you think this is the correct approach? guys, just see what I'm doing. The same question what I was doing here, I'm just counting the number of bits. Here also I need to count the number of bits, but of the XOR I need to count the number of bits. Do you guys agree? Okay. So if you want me to dry run, okay, let me take a example like this. If you have a value like this, okay, if you have a value like this, 1 0 and some value like 0, okay. So what is this? This is nothing but 10, right? And this is nothing but 12, correct? Guys, sahi hai ki nahi? Okay. So if I'm XORing this thing, what I'll be getting is, at this position I'll be getting 0 because they are same. At this position I'll be getting 1. At this position I'll be getting 1. At this position I'll be getting 0, right? So it is nothing but 6, right? So if I count the number of bits, okay, how I calculate the number of bits? It's simple, okay. So I'll just have a mask, okay, which is this mask 1. I won't change this. I'll just see if it is greater than 1. It is not, so I'll left shift this. So it will be 0 1 1, right? Now again I'll check. So now it will be 1, right? So count will be 1. Again I'll right shift it. So it is going to be 1 again, right? The count is going to be 2, right? So I'm just checking for the last bit, LSB. If LSB is set, I am shifting this thing again and again so that every value will become LSB. And at the end, when it becomes 0, everything ends. Guys, is this clear? Hello? So we'll do this question, no worries. Okay, it's a good question actually. Okay, we'll do this question. This is nothing but pairwise sum XOR. Okay. So we'll do this question, but let me just do the simple questions for now for you guys to understand. Okay, is this question clear, guys? Is this question clear on how we are achieving it? Right, having distance. Simple, na? It got accepted, see? Right? Guys, hello? Okay, so this question is done. Let me tell you another approach. This is the first approach of left shifting mask. The second approach is right shifting the value. Agreed? Hello? Do you guys have any doubt in both the options? Two the options? Guys, if you have any doubt, tell me. Okay, any doubt is appreciable. Okay. Right shift the value. Let me tell you another interesting observation which I had. Okay. So number 3, man. For example, if I have a value like this. So what does n-1 mean? Can anyone tell me? What is this value? Whatever is value, it's a big value. Okay. So let me do -1 to it. Right? -1 करना चाहता हूँ. तो यहाँ पे like you don't have 0 -1 possible नहीं है. So you'll borrow from it, right? If you remember, so this will be 0, this will be 2, right? So if you borrow from it, it will be 1 again. It will be 2, but if you borrow from it, it will be 1 again. So it will be 2, right? 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 0 minus 0 is 0, right? So this is how you do. So this is the answer if you do it. So this is a simple borrowing which we did, right? Yaad hai? Like if you remember, 8 hota tha. If you want to subtract 3 from 9, you used to borrow, right? It will be 13, right? In the similar way, you're borrowing. So 10 won't be added. It will become 2. Okay, 2 minus 1 in that way. Guys, are you guys able to understand if we have an n, we are getting n-1 as this value. What is this value? The first set bit will become 0 and all the bits that are unset after the set bit will become 1. Guys, hello? Why is there is no response? देखो इसको देखो, we have any कोई भी value ले लो, ठीक है, 1 0 0 0 0 0 जितना भी 0, if I take n minus 1, it will be nothing but all these things will become 1 and this value will become 0. Okay? And just एक बार देखो ना इसको, if you add 1, what will happen? If to this one, if you add 1, what will happen? यहाँ पे 0 आएगा, 1 यहाँ पे कैरी होगा, अगेन यहाँ पे 0 आएगा, 1 यहाँ पे कैरी होगा, यहाँ पे 0 आएगा, 1 यहाँ पे कैरी होगा, 0 आएगा, 1 यहाँ पे कैरी होगा, and it will be in this way, right? It is exactly the same value. So if you are adding 1, we are getting 1. So this is correct, right? You're getting it right. If you add 1, they all will become 0 and this will be 1. So if you subtract it, it will be zeros, right? So एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में, एक बार ध्यान से देखना. Can I generalize this thing कि the मतलब the rightmost set bit will become 0 and all the unset bits from that position will become 1. Correct? Can I use this property to find something? Socho. So I'll just call it as least significant set bit. Significant set bit. Okay, it's not bit. Set bit has become unset. And remaining all after it will become set. So if I think of doing this, एक बार दोनों को AND कर लो, क्या होगा? Can anyone tell me? देखो guys, they will be same. These things will be same. Here everything will become 0 because of the AND, right? It won't even tolerate 1 0. So after doing this thing, can I say this is doing nothing but unset the least significant set bit? देखो, from here you got here, right? ये वाला bit को unset कर दिया हमने basically. Correct or wrong? Guys, right? So like if I do something like this, n equals to n ampersand n minus 1. So this particular thing is nothing but iska last bit unset. So this will be assigned to it. Don't you think one of the bit got removed? चल दोबारा करते हैं इसको, ठीक है? Now my answer is something like this, है ना? So this is n, right? What are the number of zeros? They are 5. Okay, if I take again n minus 1, it will be again like this, 1 1 1 1 1. If I do n into n ampersand 1, it will be again like 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. Don't you agree, guys? Hello. So if at all I make it again n, right? Now my n is 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. My n minus 1 will be 0 1 1 1 1 1, right? If I do n ampersand n, I'll get all of them are 0. So with every step, this step, I'm removing the last set bit. LSSB को remove कर रहा हूँ. Correct, guys? I'm just basically removing the least significant set bit with this tip. Guys, are you there? Hello. अभी मैं imagine if I write a snippet of code like this, what will happen? Just see, this is just counting the number of steps in which it will become 0, but it will become 0 in the set bit number of times. Like with every this step, you're just removing one bit. So if you keep on doing it, it will become 0 at some point, right? In what number of steps it will become, that will give you the count. किसी का दिमाग उड़ा कि नहीं? Guys, this is an interesting observation which we have, right? So this is really interesting. Okay. So what is the time complexity? Right? Count को obviously equal to 0 करो, and this code will work. ठीक है, try it. ठीक है, it will work. ठीक है. थोड़ा मेहनत करो हो जाएगा, ठीक है. So it is nothing but number of set bits, correct? To be very precise, this is far better than whatever these things are, like login हो गया, ये तो 32 हो गया. This is a hardcore type of thing ना, like always 32 steps चलेगा, even if it is only one bit that is set. So even for that. So Shubh Srivastava, which part you're not understanding? See, I'm happy. Let me repeat the whole thing. Okay, n hai. If you do n minus 1, you'll be getting this thing as last bit unset, and all the values will become set. If you do the bitwise AND, everything like after this particular thing will become 0 because zeros are not accepted. Correct. So you'll only, so at the end you'll only have one of the least significant set bit as 0, right? So you'll keep on doing it till the value becomes n. The number of steps it took is exactly the number of set bits present in the value of n. While loop वाला part देखो, while loop में क्या हो रहा है कि we are just checking कि if n is not equals to 0, you will continue. अगर n 0 नहीं है, देखो यहाँ पे n 0 नहीं है, so you'll continue. You'll make n as this one, ठीक है? फिर again it is not 0, so you'll continue and you'll increase the count and you'll make the n as this value, ठीक है? Now again, like you'll continue again, ठीक है? So again you'll make n as this value, ठीक है? Then you won't enter, ठीक है? Only 3 times the count has become. 3 will be the answer, written count. Guys, है ना? So देखो, now like we have a question for you guys, okay? Just look at this question. This question I told you, right? एक 10 CTC वाला company में like we kind of experimented, right? This question was asked in the interview. This question was asked as a introduction question. मतलब जो warm up करने के लिए कुछ questions पूछते हैं तुमसे, उसमें ये question पूछा गया था. It's an easy question, ठीक है? How do you do it? The question is कि you are given an integer, you return true if it is a power of 2, otherwise false, है ना? तो समझ लो, if I gave you a number, if I gave you a number 16, ठीक है? तो मेरे हिसाब से ये करोगे तुम, you divide it by 2, ठीक है? You divide it by 2 again, you divide it by 2 again, you divide it by 2 again, right? And you'll divide it by 2 again at any point except for this point, ठीक है? You should not get remainder as 0. I mean remainder as 1. हमेशा remainder 0 होना चाहिए. Do you guys agree? मतलब 2 पर x का मतलब क्या है? If a number is a power of x, इसका मतलब can I write कि only one set bit? Guys, right? So yeah, don't send the code, guys, ठीक है? So देखो, मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ guys, एक बार ध्यान से सुनना कि like I can use this code, Hamming distance नहीं, number of counting bits, ठीक है? This is the second approach where I'll be counting the number of bits. If the count is equals to 1, then I'll return it, ठीक है? उसके जगह एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में कि if only one set bit है, ठीक है? I can definitely count the bits, ठीक है? X का count ले लो, and if it is equals to 1, then return true, वरना false. You can do this. This is the first approach. What is the second approach? Right? I can do this thing. If n and n minus 1 is equals to 0, game over. If there's only one bit set, only then this is possible. In only one step, everything will become 0. अगर दो तीन है bits, then it is not. Because this particular thing will convert one set bit into 0, the last set bit. If at all there's only one set bit, then it will become 0, right? So this is the answer. I'll just return this. Kyun guys? What if it is 0? I think I should take care of 0 as well. कि अगर 0 है तो कुछ और करना पड़ेगा, ना? This only will work for the positive numbers, ना? Negative numbers can never be power of 2. So like I can just write something like this. Return if n is greater than 0 and n ampersand n minus 1 is equal to 0. If I run this code, let me just check if it is working. ठीक है, तो आंसर I'm sorry, ठीक है, तो मुझे फाइनली ना I used to do only this. Like I told the interviewer, ठीक है, मतलब मैं नहीं, my friend told the interviewer कि sir will count the number of bits, ठीक है, we can keep on dividing the bits, ठीक है, and if at all at any point we call the remainder 0, then remainder 1, then it is not a power dot 2. The other thing is we can count the number of bits. If the count is 1, then you can say that it is having the power of 2. The other thing is n ampersand n minus 1. If at all it is 0 in only one step, okay, it means that we are over. So this is what the solution he was expecting, and ho gaya, like he got accepted. Okay. So Khushi, see, what is this thing? So this is what you mean by the second approach, right? Right. So what's happening here? Okay, if n value is only 1 bit and rest of all are zeros, okay, it could be this also, it could be this also, it could be this also, right? All these values, right? But if you do this thing, okay, if you do this thing, if you find n minus 1, okay, it will be ones, right? And if you do n ampersand n minus 1, everything will be 0, correct? In just one step, everything will become 0, because the number of times we are able to do it and number of times it is surviving is the number of set bits. N minus 1 kya hone wala? 0, 1, 1, 1. If you do this, n ampersand n minus 1, zeros, correct? n minus 1 dekh lo, zeros. अगर अच्छा n equals to 1 है तब क्या होगा बताओ? इसके लिए n minus 1 क्या है? 0 है ना, right? But if you do n ampersand n minus 1, it will become 0, correct? So do you think it is a power of 2? Is this power of 2? Yeah, correct. So let me just run the code once. It is getting true. You can see that 1 true आना चाहिए, correct? Yeah, it is working. See, the code is working, right? That's it, guys. N minus 1 is flip. No, it is not flip. Okay? Like you can see that it is just flipping only if there's only one. Okay? If at all there are ones like this, if n is here, if you do n minus 1 here, okay, then it will be not a flipped value. It will only flip all these bits. From here it will flip. Only the last set bits है, last significant set bits है, it will flip. These things won't flip. So it's not the flip. Flip करने के लिए तुम लोग को कुछ और सोचना पड़ेगा. मैं बताता हूँ, हिंट देता हूँ, ठीक है? बट सोचना पड़ेगा तुम लोग को खुद से, ठीक है? We'll give you some time. करेंगे, वापस आएंगे, डोंट वरी, ठीक है? बट ठीक है, तो देखो अभी दूसरा चीज, अब गाइस देखना ध्यान से, ठीक है? what do you want to learn? ठीक है, you want to learn something different, right? So देखो, let me just pull out another question out of my hat, ठीक है? So this question, this is a very cool question, ठीक है? Game of Zor, एक सेकंड, गेम ऑफ जोर नहीं, रिवर्स बिट्स नहीं, ठीक है? रिवर्स बिट का एक बार इंट्रोडक्शन देता हूँ तुम लोग को, ठीक है? एक बार सोचना गाइस, जस्ट आस्किंग फॉर यू, ठीक है? एक बार ध्यान से सोचना, if I give you an integer n, now I am talking about bits, correct? Okay, what is the time complexity, by the way, of this? What is the time complexity of this approach, guys? बताओ बताओ. It is big of 1, ठीक है? ये मत करना कि don't tell me this thing, ठीक है? Don't tell me कि you guys ये पूरा लूप चलेगा, ऐड करेगा, नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है? पूरा इंटीजर वाइज होता है, ठीक है, इट इज बिग ऑफ 1, ठीक है, ठीक है, कूल. सो जस्ट टेल मी दिस थिंग गाइस, अभी लेट्स प्ले विद द बिट्स, ठीक है, प्ले विद द बिट्स, ठीक है. मैं बोलूंगा आई गिवन यू अ नंबर, ठीक है, सम नंबर, कुछ तो है वैल्यू इसका, राइट. इफ आई से ब्रो कैन यू टेल मी, क्वेश्चंस है, रैंडम क्वेश्चंस तुम लोग के लिए, कैन यू टेल मी इफ some kth bit is set or not, how can you do this? Guys, if I say if the kth bit is set or not, how can you do it? Mask, k का mask create करो, right? तो mask create करो with this kth bit as set. वो कैसे करोगे? Just do the left shift of 1, ठीक है, 1 को लो, k times या k minus 1 times shift करो, it will become mask. Do you think this statement is correct? Correct, guys? Hello? Hello? Sure, ठीक है, लेफ्ट में तो we don't have any difference, right? So you can just shift and you can just, so what is this? This is providing nothing but 2 power k, है ना? You can produce it not only with this, you can produce it with this value also, 2 power k in that way, right? So I made this bit set. Now what I should do? I should just do this thing, mask कर दो, correct? And if I do this thing, mask, then if the bit is set at that position, I'll be getting 1. And remaining all the position anyway, you'll be getting 0 because of this mask ka zeros, right? So if this value is greater than, if this value is greater than the 0, then I can say kth bit is set. Agreed? Hello? अब मैं बोलूंगा, चलो सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये है, दिस इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन व्हिच यू लर्न, ठीक है. अब मैं बोलूंगा सम वैल्यू है, कोई भी वैल्यू है, I want to set third bit और kth bit. I want to set the bit. आप कैसे करोगे? मतलब वो bit unset है, it is given, या you need to find it. उसको set करना है, कैसे करोगे? और करोगे, correct? You create the same mask wherever you want the bit to be set, ठीक है? यहाँ पे set चाहिए मुझे, तो मैं 1 यहाँ पे रख दिया, मतलब I created a mask, ठीक है, which is 1 is shifted how many times? 2 times, right? So you have created the mask. Now you'll do an or mask. So wherever the ones are there, there you will be getting as it is, ठीक है, जो भी है वो सब मिल रहा है. यहाँ पे set हो या ना हो, it will be set at the end because you put 1 explicitly. Hello guys, are you there? है ना? अब बताओ, एक बार सब समझ में आ रहा है ना? Any doubts? Let me end the poll and let me just relaunch the poll. ठीक है, अगर अनसेट करना है तब क्या करोगे गाइस? अनसेट करना है क्या करोगे? दिस इज व्हाट आई एम लीविंग यू गाइस, ठीक है. फ्लिप करना है क्या करोगे? फ्लिप kth बिट. एक सेकंड रुको, शांत शांत. फ्लिप करना है, देखो, like I told you about Zor ना, Zor is a खतरनाक guy, ठीक है. So if you Zor 1 with 0, you'll be getting 1. If you Zor 0 with 0, you'll be getting 0. If you Zor 1 with 1, you'll be getting 0. If you Zor 1 with 0, you'll be getting what? 1, right? So just look at this. ये एक बार देखो, आई एम सॉरी, ये क्या लिख दिया यार, ये इट शुड बी क्या, ओके ओके, सो ओके, सो डजंट मैटर व्हाट, ठीक है, इट शुड बी 0 एक्चुअली, माय बैड, बिकॉज दैट इज ऑलरेडी रिटन ना. सो जस्ट सी दिस गाइस, एक बार देखो, ठीक है ना, these are the all four combinations that were generated. Just see this, just see this. यहाँ पे you're XORing 1 with 0, you're getting 1, same value. You're XORing 0 with 0 and you're getting the same value, है ना. So it means that XORing any value with 0 will give the same value, but 1 को I XORed it with 1, I got the reverse value. 0 को I XORed it with 1, I got the another value, right? So moral of the story is, if you XOR any value with 1, मतलब any value in the sense any bit with 1, it will be flipped, guys, it will be flipped, guys. Is this making sense? है ना. और बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है ना. सो देखो, अगर मुझे कोई भी वैल्यू मिले, ठीक है, कोई बोलेगा इसको फ्लिप करो, तो आई जस्ट नीड टू क्रिएट अ मास्क दैट इज जस्ट एक्टिव ऑन दिस पोजिशन, बिकॉज फ्लिप इसी पे करना है, एंड यू परफॉर्म द ऑपरेशन, ठीक है, एंड XOR मास्क यू विल गेटिंग एवरीथिंग एज सेम एक्सेप्ट दिस वैल्यू. अगर 0 होता है तो 1 हो जाता है, अगर 1 है तो 0 हो जाता है, फ्लिपिंग, एंड एवरीथिंग इज इन कांस्टेंट टाइम, करेक्ट है ना. कूल. अनसेट कैसे करना, आई एम जस्ट लीविंग इट टू यू गाइस, ठीक है. अनसेट कैसे करोगे एक बार सोच लो, ठीक है, कैसे करोगे. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स दैट इम्पोर्टेंट, ठीक है. एनीवेज, लेट्स कंटिन्यू विद आवर क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है. आई होप यू गाइस आर लर्निंग, लाइकिंग व्हाटएवर यू आर लर्निंग, ठीक है. सो आई थिंक काफी ज्यादा पोल मिला है. लेट मी जस्ट ट्रिगर पोल अगेन, ठीक है. अभी जो 3 ऑपरेशंस के बारे में बताया उसके बारे में जस्ट से कि यस या नो, है ना. सो आई कैन सी दैट 90% से ज्यादा है. ग्रेट, ठीक है. तो द पीपल आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एक बार थोड़ा एक और बार कोशिश करना, ठीक है. मतलब इससे बेटर तो मैं नहीं समझा सकता, ठीक है. सो एक बार कोशिश करो. Rohan, one position, yeah, you can make a create a mask in that way. Great man, above 85%, 90% के आसपास, ठीक है. Great. So देखो, ये एक और है यार, like this is simple question, ठीक है. Just look at this question and फटाक से कर लोगे तुम लोग, ठीक है. I don't want to do this question. मतलब मेरा भी टाइम वेस्ट होगा, तुम लोग का भी टाइम वेस्ट होगा, तुम सब बहुत स्मार्ट हो, राइट. बट इफ यू वांट मी टू डिस्कस दिस क्वेश्चन, आई डिस्कस, मतलब कोड भी कर लूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. गाइस, क्वेश्चन ये है, ये देखना, बहुत बहुत सस्ता क्वेश्चन है, बहुत ही सस्ता क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है. सो अभी दे से दैट डिफाइन एन एरे, हमको खुद एक एरे बनाना होगा जो स्टार्ट प्लस इंडेक्स, मतलब स्टार्ट प्लस 2 टाइम्स द इंडेक्स, ठीक है. इंडेक्स पहले 0 होगा, उसके बाद 1 होगा, उसके बाद 2 होगा. एवरी वैल्यू विल बी डिफरेंट बाय 2 वैल्यूज, है ना. 2, यू जस्ट नीड टू XOR ऑल दोस वैल्यूज. तो तुम्हें तो बनाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है एरे, यू जस्ट रन अ लूप, ठीक है, 0 टिल द एंड, ठीक है, एंड जस्ट आंसर एक लेना एंड XOR दैट आंसर विथ स्टार्ट प्लस 2 टाइम्स I, बस हो गया, गेम ओवर. इजी क्वेश्चन, करेक्ट. हेलो, है कि नहीं गाइस? आई थिंक दिस इज प्रेजेंट इन योर पोर्टल, एक बार कर लो, ठीक है। ये क्वेश्चन देखना, थोड़ा थोड़ा सही लगा मुझे क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। आई हैव अ वेरी गुड लेवल ऑफ क्वेश्चन टू सॉल्व, वी कैन सॉल्व इट टुमारो, बट आई वांट यू गाइस टू गेट कंफर्टेबल विद ऑल दिस थिंग्स, विद द ZOR, एंड आई वांट यू गाइस टू थिंक इन दैट वे, ठीक है। तो देखो, पावर ऑफ 2 हो गया, ये हो गया, ये हो गया, गेम ऑफ ZOR, व्हाट इज दिस? Okay, okay. So this is a good question as well. Okay. So value of an array is denoted by bitwise XOR of all the elements it contains. Okay, it's a good question. Okay. We'll do this question. Okay. Is denoted by bitwise XOR of all elements it contains. Find bitwise XOR of all the values of all the subarrays. Explanation. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. This is cool. This is a good question as well. Okay, we can do this. Okay. So this question is also a good question. This question is also a good question. Okay. So we'll do any of the question which you want, but there's only one question that is possible. गेम ऑफ ZOR कर लेता, ठीक है। Cool. तो देखो गाइस, एक बार क्वेश्चन पढ़ना, ठीक है। लाइक 1 मिनट टाइम, पढ़ो एक बार क्वेश्चन ढंग से, ठीक है। क्या समझ में, बताओ। So we can do couple of questions like this. I have many questions to solve. Okay, so tomorrow will be we'll be solving only questions. Okay, there's not much theory left, but applying the theory is the important part in bitwise bit manipulation. Okay, so whatever questions you are able to do them. ठीक है, जितना हो पाए उतना कर लो, सोचो पूरा, एकदम दिमाग को यूज करो, ठीक है। आई थिंक यू यूज्ड इट इनफ राइट टुडे, मतलब काफी फील आ गई होगी आज, ठीक है। सो जस्ट ट्राई टू डू दैट, ठीक है। It will be great. So the question says, right? The question says, कि what is the ZOR of all the subarrays? ठीक है, सब subarrays का ZOR क्या है बताओ, है ना। So the question can be classified into, if I'm not wrong, ZOR of all subarrays. क्या मतलब है इसका, मैं बताता हूँ। देखो, if you have a array 1 2 नहीं 1 2 तो कुछ अच्छा वाला लेता है। Let's take another array, right? Let me take a classic example of 3 5 2 4 6. Okay, so this is an array, right? So what do you think are the subarrays that can be formed? This is one subarray, this is other subarray, this is other subarray, है कि नहीं गाइस? बताओ बताओ, मुझसे रिपीट नहीं होनी चाहिए। subarray, this is another subarray, right? And this is another subarray, right? Similar to this, like इससे ये, इससे ये, इससे ये, इससे ये, इससे ये, वैसे ही this guy alone and this guy, right? And then this guy with all the values, right? And then this guy with all the values likewise, correct? So वैसे ही मैं और भी बना सकता हूँ, 2 का एक, 2 का 4 के साथ एक, right? 2 का 4 6 के साथ, right? And then comes 4, and then comes 4 6, and then comes 6, right? These are the subarrays that are generated. Do you guys agree? है ना। अभी मैं बोल रहा हूँ ठीक है, अभी ध्यान से सुनो, अभी तुम्हारा मतलब बहुत ही दिमाग उड़ जाएगा, अभी सुनो ध्यान से, ठीक है। तो एक बार सुनना, लाइक इट विल बी, यू विल बी रियलाइजिंग व्हाट यू कैन डू, ठीक है। और जो भी क्वेश्चन बचा हुआ है वी कैन डू देम टुमारो, ठीक है ना, नॉट ओनली बिट मैनिपुलेशन। आज बता देना, जैसे आज हमने 2 क्वेश्चन किया, ऐसे धीरे धीरे करेंगे, ठीक है। विल ट्राई टू कवर वॉट एवर इज प्रेजेंट इन योर असाइनमेंट्स, बट आई एम गिविंग सम इनफ टाइम फॉर यू टू बेक विद देम, ठीक है। काफी रगड़ो उस क्वेश्चंस के साथ, जिससे तुम्हारा इजी होगा, ठीक है। सो ओके, दिस क्वेश्चन देखो, just look at this question, just look at the beauty of this question. So basically XOR of all subarrays, मतलब एक तो इनमें ही XOR हो रहा है, right? ये सब में XOR हो रहा है, right? All these things form a XOR, and these things are need to be XORed with each other. Can you guys see this thing, right? So basically मुझे क्या करना है, इतने बार XOR हो रहा है, I told you, right? I told you कि if any element gets XORed odd number of times, then only it will exist. So हमें कुछ नहीं करना, हमें just find करना है कि कितने बार each element will occur in the all the subarrays. बस इतना ही करना है मुझे. Let me just see this. Let me just see this. How do I do it? ठीक है. Obviously, I can see that 3 is occurring only 5 times, only in these arrays, right? So I can just write 3 is 5. I'll tell you why 5. But why it is 5? 5 is because from this question, like including this, like this is one, other one is this array, another one is this sub array, another one is this sub array, another one is this sub array, right? Cool. 5 है. So by that logic, I can say, can I say ये बंदा 5 बंदा भी like 1 2 3 4, क्या मैं बोल सकता हूँ 5 is also occurring 4 times? No, it is occurring more than 4 times. See why? Just see this, just see the beauty. Okay, so it is correct for 3, it is only occurring 5 times. You can even count from here. But this guy, okay, this guy is having, this is one subarray, this is another subarray, this is another subarray, this is another subarray, and this guy is having subarray with this guy as well. Just look at it. Okay, matlab it's like ki this could be a starting point as well, right? Keeping this as starting point, this can also be a subarray in which it presents. On the left side also it has some starting points, right? For the 3, this is the only starting point and end point is varying. For this guy, even starting point is varying, right? So you can see that this is another subarray, this is another subarray, this is another subarray as well, right? Guys, like if you have 4 endpoints, okay, you have 4 endpoints, but you have 2 start points. One is this one, other one is this one. So the number of subarrays that can be formed is 4 into 2, that is 8. Count कर लो एक बार, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, देख लो. Every number will not be 5 times, bro. That is wrong. ठीक है, you should multiply its starting points and ending points as well, है ना, right? So अभी देखो और करते हैं, ठीक है. Like this guy has 3 endpoints, right? This could be one, I mean this could be another endpoint, this is another endpoint, right? 3, है ना. So like let me write it in this way. 3 endpoints, I mean it has 3 start points as well. One is this, other one is this, other one is this. All the permutations combined, like इससे start होके इसमें end होगा, इसमें start होके इसमें end होगा, इसमें start होके इसमें end होगा, that is one. इसमें start होके इसमें end होगा, इस पे start होके इस पे end होगा, इस पे start होके इस पे end होगा, that is another one. इस पे start इस पे end होगा, इस पे start होके इस पे end होगा, इस पे start होके इस पे end होगा, that is 3 into 3, right? It is nothing but 9. 9 times it's occurring, correct? So I can say the similar logic, I can say that 4 is occurring 4 into 2 times, right? That is nothing but 5 8. So at the end, by looking at these things, the number of starting points is nothing but I plus 1 multiplied by n minus k. N is number of elements and I is the correct index. This is the frequency of an element of I. Do you agree or not? बस हो गया यार. अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑड है, अच्छा फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑड है कि नहीं ये कैसे चेक करोगे? Tushar. See, Tushar, what I'm saying is, you're just calculating the number of subarrays it could be present in. Bus. Because number of subarrays it could be present in is the number of times it will be XORed in the final answer. Agreed? Right? So we are just seeing what are the, at what point it can end, the subarray can end from that position. यहाँ पे end कर सकते, यहाँ पे end कर सकते, यहाँ पे end कर सकते. At what point it can start? It can start from I, like there are I plus 1 starting points, right? And I minus n minus I ending points. Correct? देखो इस पे. This guy is at the index 2. This guy has 2 minus 5, मतलब 5 minus 2 number of endpoints, right? This one, and this one. The same way, I plus 1 number of starting points. So it is 3 into 3, right? So I'll just do this thing. If it is not, if it is this, then I'll just include that particular value into the XOR. अगर वो odd है तो एक बार include करूंगा, अगर वो even है तो I won't. Correct? So there's another way to write this, that is this: frequency of is not equals to 0. Right? So how this, see, this is nothing but mask at the last index, right? So if you have seen, all the odd values has their last bit set. Okay, एक बार सोचना इसके बारे में क्यों. All the odd values have their last bit set. ठीक है, ये हमेशा होता है. ठीक है, you can see that alternatively it will be there. Last bit क्यों होता है? क्योंकि 2 पर 0 मतलब 1 add होना चाहिए ना. तो we are just checking for the LSB. If it is set, then cool. Correct. So you can just calculate the frequency, and if the frequency is odd, you include that answer into the answer. Varna, leave it. Do this. Shall I code this? Guys, it's not a big deal to code. Okay, you can see what is the time complexity and space complexity. I can easily code it. Okay, you can also easily code it. It's not at all a mushkil thing, right? बहुत easy है. But if you see even one more step further जाओगे, तुम्हें ये चीज realize होगा कि ये values भी, ये odd होता है और ये even होता है, ये odd होता है, ये even होता है. तो odd numbers का ही कर देते हैं. Few people do that. I don't think it's wrong, but you should know why it is correct. Okay man, you can leave. काफी पूरा 3 घंटा हमने काफी continuously पढ़ा. Hats off to you guys. ठीक है, एक और क्लास होगा bit manipulation पे. We can wrap up all the questions of the assignment. We can wrap up all the questions that were previously in the assignment, and then we can get started with the trees. Thanks for attending. काफी अच्छा लगा. ठीक है. Okay. Thanks for attending till the end. ठीक है. अच्छा था आज, and you guys can leave. ठीक है. I'll just upload all the notes. I know you are exhausted, man. मेरा हालत सोचो ना. मैं तो 3 घंटे कंटिन्यूसली बोलता हूँ. ठीक है, तो चलो मैं अभी थोड़ा I'll also take. Okay man, bye bye. अरे रिकॉर्डिंग कहाँ मिलती है? कैसा नया क्वेश्चन है भाई? रिकॉर्डिंग तो मिलती रहती है. रिकॉर्डिंग तो मिल जाती है ना, ये क्या है? चलो बाय. मुझे नहीं पता रिकॉर्डिंग मतलब. आई थिंक it is provided, it used to get provided in the Discord. I think now it is provided in the chat. I guess I'll just put all the questions. We can do the remaining questions tomorrow. No worries, and see ya.